What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Naruto D&D for the Season 3 finale. You might be noticing that Kozukai and Hajime are gone. Hajime will continue to be gone. Kozukai will be joining us shortly. Kozukai, are you still here in the chat?
I am very so much still here.
Okay, so Kozukai is going to sound weird and terrible and like a fucking... I'm not going to say that. He's going to sound awkward, but when he comes in, he'll actually be good, so, you know. I hope you can forgive us and stay with us during that time. Beyond that, quick forewarning, there's a fair amount of dialogue that's going to take place in this episode. So, expect that. I don't think there's going to be any issue of falling. Alright, there might be one part that gets a little dull.
Yeah, I mean, I meant for us.
So now let's kick straight into it. As always, Travis is removing his microphone to talk to his wife. And my name, as your host, is Connor. With us, we have Mike Ishiro.
What's up?
Erica is Lane.
Hola.
Nick as Kozukai.
Hello.
And Travis as Silas. You're muted.
I'm not muted.
Okay. So quick recap on... I almost read my fucking remember to cover in this mission notes. That would have been bad. That would have given a lot of spoilers right at the get-go. So quick recap. The team has just finished their mission where they went to the Henso village and found very little to show for it. However, they are now ready for a more important mission that they know is coming. A mission to the hidden Waterfall Village, and potentially a life-saving mission at that. The team has 1 week to train their skills before their missions start. They have the same time to prepare for the mission. That means shopping, side missions, and everything in between. Let's hop into it. So, everyone has 7 days to do quick training. What's up?
7 days.
I just thought that would have been hilarious if I would have not told anybody about that scroll.
Yeah.
Sorry, well, so much for the season finale.
No, it would have happened one way or another. Don't you worry about that. So, everyone's going to have 7 days to train their skills. Shiro, we're starting with you. So, everyone goes promptly to the Hokage's office, right?
Mm-hmm.
No 1d8? Oh.
No 1d8 for this one.
We need to have full health for this one.
Yeah, I don't want a chance of you guys getting fucked over or something. I mean, for all you guys know, there might not be any combat on this mission.
I don't believe
That's bullshit.
Alright, so you all arrive into the mission room, the mission assignment room. But you see that there's a lot less people here than normal. There's not the representatives from the side villages and all the branches. There are 3 people in the room. There's Naruto, Shikamaru, and Cho'Etsu. So, you open up the door and you enter. And Naruto speaks up first, says, "Welcome, everybody. It's time. You'll be taking the train to get to the hidden Waterfall Village. That'll take you about 1 day. Once you arrive, you'll have 2 separate missions that you all need to follow." At this point, Shikamaru takes over. The first one will be public knowledge. If you're asked, it's what you'll tell people. Your mission will be to find the ninja tool store owner that's in the Waterfall Village and pick up a special tool from her. This mission is publicly given to you from the village itself. You'll go to the ninja tool store and you'll ask the shop attendant about it. She'll tell you it's not ready yet and it will take a couple of days. You'll have that time as sightseeing. At this point, Cho'Etsu takes over. This is the second mission Naruto has already told you about. You'll be needing to meet with Owari and grab an intelligence report. You are not to open the report. You are not to ask your sensei about the report. You are not to let anyone know that you have the report or that Owari is in the village. Should you mess this up, your sensei's life and your lives will be in jeopardy. At this point, Naruto takes back over. He goes, "Now then, according to the message that you received, Owari's life might be in danger. He's expected to find you, but if you don't encounter him within the first night, it's up to you to find him. He'll be undercover, so he won't appears himself to you most likely. It's your responsibility to verify that you're talking to him and that you're not revealing yourself to a third party. You should you have to find him, remember to be as discreet as possible. Tensions are high between our villages, and despite my willingness to forgive and forget, the Shinobi Union isn't as understanding. Now then, do you have any questions? Yes. You're muted. Or you're not. I don't know.
I have a
No
question.
questions, actually.
Yes.
What item at the ninja store are we asking about?
You'll just say that you're here for your mission from the Leaf Village and that you're here to pick up the special tool.
Okay.
Any other questions?
When do we leave?
Now.
Do we have any sort of code phrase that we need to say with Owari to verify?
There's nothing that he has been strictly assigned.
If worse comes to worse, I can summon him.
You can summon him?
Yeah.
He just kind of looks at you with a puzzled look. What do you mean?
I pull out my scroll.
He just kind of looks at it and goes, oh. Well, we weren't aware that he even had those.
He gave me one before, and then he gave me one of my passing comrades.
I see. Well, as a worst comes to worst situation, that is possible, but you should also remember, if he is blending in, he might be taking a role of someone who's in a public position. All of a sudden, him disappearing will draw a lot of attention to him, so use it with caution.
That's a good point. I'll keep that in mind.
Anything else?
Are we ready?
Good
Yeah.
here.
Let's do this.
All right, Silas, just like the last time, you will be the team leader for this mission. So, it's up to you to keep everything going. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you.
We
I'm gonna
all gonna die.
I'm gonna say when we get to the hallway, I would like to stop and talk to the team for a minute. Okay, so guys, y'all mind hanging back for a sec?
Yeah.
Listen, I know that I've been acting a little different lately. I just want y'all to know that it's gonna change, and it'll be back to the old me. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the.
For some reason, I don't believe you.
Well, you don't have to.
I mean, I
So.
like the new you. You remind me of me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm changing back to the way I was. There can't
Take
be
your
two.
word.
There can't be two Kozukais in this group.
I mean, I the more the merrier.
At least there's no Hajime.
Oh gosh. It's gotta be like 20 degrees cooler in this shade.
Do you taste that? That's
Oh,
pretty
shit.
salty.
Sure, go get a spoon of salt. You have to eat it.
Okay.
Oh, my spoons are dirty. I'm sorry.
So, good luck, everybody. This is going to be a tough mission. We may run into some people that could seriously kill us.
When do we
Oh,
not
that's good,
run into people that will kill us?
And I will not. Oh, I got something in my eye. Fuck.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Don't cry.
I'm not. Fuck you, Mike. Ow, damn.
Stay
I'm happy
okay
you're gonna
today.
say. I'm happy you said that, Mike. I'm so happy. I was gonna say it.
So, shit.
Yeah,
So,
I know I'm getting emotional here.
I just want y'all to know that if at any point it seems like it's going wrong, I will not be mad at you if you run.
And this is where I run away. I'm just gonna run. Just haul ass.
Okay, bye, Kozuke.
All right, everyone else goes to the train.
Yep.
Yep.
How about you, Kozuke?
I'm already at the train. I'm just panting like.
Okay, you're okay.
You
You're right.
guys
The
do
train.
it.
Train. Jesus Christ.
Man, I don't have orange hair.
And
sorry about that.
and now Kozukai is winded.
He's exhausted. He takes a -1 penalty. They're all written that now.
All right.
So you get to the train, y'all board it, but something kind of seems weird to you as you realize you're getting ready to go. There's no one else on the train but you guys. Aside from like personnel, there's no other passengers.
A special train just for us.
Guys.
We should probably stick together, guys.
I
You
don't
gonna say
like this train. I do not like this train. Let's get
That's-
off this train.
Last time I was on a train like this, I got stopped in the middle of nowhere and I had to fight a whole bunch of fiends. I almost died.
That sounds like fun.
Damn you, Shiva.
That sounds like fun, though.
I mean, I vote for getting off this train and waiting for the next one.
There's not a next one. Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
And the train begins to move with all of you inside it.
I think we definitely
day-
should take shifts. Oh, no, never mind. A day goes by.
A day goes by and you arrive at your destination completely
Nice.
fine with no issue.
I'm skeptical as fuck, though.
And once you arrive at your destination, you realize you're like kind of looking outside the windows of the train and everything. You're not inside the village. You're outside in there's kind of like a lake area with a huge cliffside and a huge waterfall going down it.
Can I do a genjutsu check?
Sure.
I start walking towards the waterfall.
Oh well,
Would I-
you're still inside the train at this point. Let's
Oh.
let Kozuka
Would I
get
do like a
his thing.
will save?
Oh yeah, just roll a will save. Or again, yeah, roll a will save.
1, 2, 6.
You
You don't
suck.
detect any genjutsu.
Can I do one?
Sure,
Because my will's nice now.
sure, I'll let you.
My will be done.
Roll a 1. Yes.
You're completely certain that you're not under a genjutsu.
There we go.
Hang on, guys. This is the Waterfall Village. Maybe this is the entrance.
Doesn't seem like an entrance.
Waterfall. Of course it is. We walk behind it.
Lane, I know you're
So-
not from here, but
Shut up.
have you been here?
No.
So you all walk outside the train and you see that there's a gentleman there who's standing, looking at you all, smiling.
Good afternoon.
Well,
He
howdy,
says-
stranger.
Hello, everybody. I am here to escort you inside our village. You see, our village prides itself in the fact that we've never been successfully invaded. I hope you all understand that you must be searched before entering the village to make sure that there's nothing out of the ordinary.
We're carrying weapons and all that, right?
Of course, I mean out of the ordinary for even shinobi. Have to verify there are no bombs, no scrolls that might cause a unique event, anything like that.
I'm open. Go ahead.
And so he starts to go through everything, looks at it, and he kind of pulls your scroll out that you have, Shiro and Silas, the one for Owari.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks at these and says, so what exactly do these scrolls do?
It summons my master.
Oh? And he kind of
Yes.
looks at it, and he examines it. He goes, well, lucky for you, I am somewhat familiar with Funjutsu, and I can tell this is both indicated for one person. For the sake of this, and as part of our alliance with the Leaf, I will let this go, and he hands it back to you, with you both still being allowed to carry these.
Thank you.
Everything else seems completely within reason for Shinobi. Now then, we have already been informed as to your mission. I will show you the way in, and you are free to carry on from there.
Thank you.
So it leads you behind the waterfall, into a cave that's hiding behind it. And once you're inside, you see a series of pools. And he kind of smiles at you all, and he walks up to one of the pools and he says, I hope you can swim. And then he dives on in.
Do a swim check.
Everyone do a swim check.
Oh, hang on.
I
I'm gonna put
I
this
sink to the
rebreather on.
bottom.
Hate getting away.
Holy shit! I sink to the bottom.
GG. What DC are we actually passing here?
Not a one.
A 1 is gonna sink to the bottom.
Wow, Fubuki fucking dog paddles the shit out of that water.
Wow.
Can I do a jump check to see if I can get back to the top of the water?
So you realize that you've completely lost your balance, actually, of where you are. Like, you dive into the pool and you've completely lost your way. Roll a navigate check. See if you can figure out where you are.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have navigate.
Sure, have you done your roll?
Well, that was my roll. I just had it on Fubuki still. I mean, I can roll for
Oh.
Fubuki.
Now I need you to roll for you.
That was me.
No,
No,
that was Fubuki. That was Fubuki.
Don't be an effing nerd, dude.
I'm being a nerd. That was Fubuki. Gotta do a roll for yourself, too.
This is Fubuki's roll. I was rolling for me. I just left it on Fubuki's.
Do it.
I
I'm
need you to do
waiting.
another roll here, Shiro.
Yeah, you need to roll so I can roll.
Yeah, you need to roll. All right, so I'm gonna roll for because we're doing this,
All right. That's fun.
and this is for me.
All right, so try that navigate check now, Silas. All right, you are able to figure out where you are by seeing your. For some reason, Shiro, who jumped in first and seemed to be swimming like the speed of a god, seemed to just like get confused in the middle and really couldn't like figure out what was going on. But recognize Shiro and were able to get your bearings again.
Good.
That.
Good lord.
That's a little bit of salt from Civ, you guys. That's some taste a little.
That wasn't
Just
from
a little
Civ.
bit of
That was just because you rolled this Fubuki. I wanted to make a joke and you took it a little personally. So you all emerge into a very large circular lake.
Alpine
Oh,
Lake.
snap.
And
This from
you
SAF?
see what's up?
No, I was saying, is this from SAF? That's me.
No. Now this is the actual Waterfall Village from the OVA that they did in Naruto.
Sure, not from Pocahontas.
Yeah, I'm sure.
GG.
So you see around you that there is a very large tree in the center of the circular lake. The tree is spanning hundreds of feet high and wide, and there is a mansion that is in front of it, as well as a bridge that is across from it that leads to the rest of the village. Now, the gentleman who is there with you, he kind of looks at everyone emerge from the water and goes, "All right, good. Now then, as I said, you're free to carry on. If you need me, I will be at the mansion with the Takikage." And he begins to walk off.
I look at Shiro. Do you think that was Owari?
Nah, no way.
The Takikage Shiro. The Takikage. Oh, bro.
So
Is this a bit? Am I missing a joke here?
No. It's
No.
that the
I'm
Takikage
trying
Orochimaru.
So also, do y'all remember Waterfall Village people that we were facing in the exam?
Yeah.
Weren't they assholes?
Sorta.
Yeah.
I hope we don't run into them.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Man, those little genin can't do anything to us.
Gee.
Okay. We got bigger fish to fry, I mean. Anyway, let's go to the shop.
So you all walk around a little bit, take a little bit to get your bearings, when all of a sudden, I realized I didn't write this guy's name down. Give me a second.
Jimmy.
So you see that there's a man there who seems a little familiar to you. Why, I fucking hate you all.
Sorry, that's what
It's fine. It's fine. So you see there's a man there who talks in a bit of a deeper voice, and he kind of walks out as you're all walking through the village. And Lane, more than anyone else, you recognize this man. This is the large man that Lane faced off against in the first round of the Chunin exam. He walks up to you all and he just kind of looks you all up and down. And he turns to you, Lane. He says, "So, what are you all doing here?"
We've come to get a special tool from the ninja store.
Ours kind of blew up.
blew up.
Yeah,
What, were
mysterious.
you attacked?
Just mysteriously blew up for no reason.
Yeah, I think it was an experiment gone wrong inside.
Roll
of it.
bluff check. Both you and Silas and Kozakai both roll a bluff check.
Oh, what's my bluff again?
I've been rolling shitty all day. Let's do this.
Yes.
Connor,
Sorry.
you can't do that.
That was a typo. I made a typo.
Rolling 120.
So he just kind of looks at both of you and he says, "You blew it up, didn't you?"
Yeah.
The dude stole from us.
He didn't steal from us. There was just a tunnel that went to his place that kind of blew it up.
No, that's crap, man. That's crap. We brought gold to him. He said it was fake, and he gave us shit money for it.
We brought gold to the gold trader, not him.
It's the same dude.
That is a theory. It could be him.
So he looks at you all kind of rambling and like fighting about this whole situation, and he just kind of sighs and walks away.
Take
Hey,
care.
wait, come back.
Do you like say that trying to actually call him, or is it just like a no, come back?
Alright, come back. Come back.
He turns around and goes, "What? What do you want?"
We're kind of new around the city. You want to show us around?
No, I don't.
Yeah. What if I paid you?
What if you paid me? How much are you paying me?
2,000 Rio? A little tour around the city?
Deal.
Alright, sweet.
So you hand him the 10,000 Rio. He points. That's a tree. That's where the mansion is. This is the village. Welcome. Goodbye. He starts to walk away.
Gas tank. Every gas tank person is ripping me off.
Someone's breathing hard in the mic there. As he just continues to walk away. Gonna do anything else there?
He didn't
Moist
take the
gets
2,000
just far
from me.
enough. You know, never mind. I don't want to start you in trouble. That's really shit.
Did he take the 2,000 show?
Yeah, I gave him 2,000 already.
Are you serious?
Mhm.
What a
I'm
shit
not-
bar!
I'm not gonna start you trouble.
He doesn't acknowledge what you said at all. He just ignores it and keeps walking.
Anyway, I think I see the shop over there, guys.
Alright. Yep. Mission comes first before I cut somebody in half.
Let's not, like Naruto said, let's not draw attention to ourselves.
So you arrive at the shop and you enter, and there's a woman who has kind of red hair and purple eyes, and she looks at you all and she's just kind of smiling. She goes, "What can I do you for, Leaf Shinobi?"
We're here to pick up our special tool.
Are you now? Well, it's gonna take a couple of days before it's ready, but you already knew that, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Well, what's it that you need in the meantime? Anything I can help you find?
Well, we maybe take a map, look at the sites.
She points to the wall behind her, which has a map scrolled across it.
Can we get one that's a little bit more, not mounted on a wall?
That's okay. I'm actually a really good artist.
So she just kind of looks at you, Kozakai, and she says, "Well, why would you need that? After all, it's not like you're looking for someone, are you?"
Why would we be looking for? We're looking at sites. We can't. I don't want to come back here every time I want to look at something new.
Just sightseeing. Just
Yeah.
Would calligraphy be, could that be considered like something I could do for this?
That would be map making.
this is
Better
still
craft.
going. My screen just flickered for a second. I'm hoping that I didn't just lose everything that we've been recording. We're going to continue on, assuming that everything's good. So, calligraphy to redraw it? Yeah.
We ready?
Mhm.
There comes another shit roll by Silas.
All
I
right.
believe in you.
Nice.
So you're able to recreate it to an extent, but it definitely lacks a lot of the fine details.
I was in a hurry.
And she's just kind of looking over your shoulder as you're redrawing it all. She goes, "You're not gonna find him anywhere on that map."
I don't know who you're talking about.
Find find who? Who are you talking about?
And she kind of just leans in and looks around at you all, and she goes, "What if I told you I know where to find him?"
I would tell
First-
you we're not looking for anybody.
Yeah. Can you tell us who he is that we're looking for?
"Oh, you know, just the guy." And she kind of chuckles to herself.
We're not looking for anybody. We appreciate your time, though. Come on, everybody, let's go.
Of course, of course. If you need any more help, you know where to find me.
Thank you.
Okay, crazy lady. Bye.
And so you walk on out.
Since
You're
motive
missing
checks
Shiro's
sucked.
role?
Oh, sorry. Sounds well. You didn't say anything. So Shiro, you get the feeling that she kind of knows exactly what you're up to.
I think she may have some actual information for us. Let's see if we can play this out.
They
Well,
said don't tell anybody about it. Don't mention it. It would compromise the mission. I'm going with the mission.
let's go find an
We'll
inn
have
and find
to.
us room so we can talk about it there.
Good idea.
And so at this point, you see kind of like the door slides open behind you, and she kind of just leans over. And is like, "I've got the perfect room for an inn for y'all to talk if you need."
Are you coming on to me?
So she kind of laughs at this. She goes, "You know, he told me that you definitely liked to have a couple of ladies, but I assumed more in your age range."
Yeah, I mean, everyone he dates dies.
Okay, I'm going to put my hand on his head and grip and just like
Substitution
squeeze.
jutsu.
So there's nothing for you to substitute nearby that isn't like an item that's part of a shop kind of a thing? Are you still going to try and do it?
Yeah. Well, it's
See-
not like I'm stealing stuff.
So you start to squeeze it, and you realize all of a sudden that the smoke has poofed, and Kozakai is substituted with a sign.
This is a lovely sign. I hand it back to the lady.
And she just takes him, and she goes, "Get back in here, everybody."
Walk in.
I peek my head back in.
You peek your head in, or you enter?
I'm just peeking my head in. I'm still waiting for Silas to try to murder me.
So she kind of looks at you, and she says, "Are you sure you want to have this talk behind open doors?"
Let's go.
I walk in completely.
And she shuts the door behind you, and then she just kind of looks at you all, and she says, "You are all a bunch of rambunctious little idiots, aren't you?"
I don't appreciate being lumped in with them.
So she kind of chuckles, and she looks at you, she goes, "I like you, little girl. You seem to have some sense to you. Now, follow me. I'll take you to Owari."
A wahoo?
Wow.
And she just kind of laughs again, and then she opens up a trapdoor, kind of reminiscent to the ones that you all went in and blew up buildings. But
I had nothing to do with that.
upon a closer inspection, you will see that there's no paper bombs or anything like that. There's just a ladder going down.
I follow her down.
Everyone
I'm
else
not
doing the
gonna
same?
follow. Nope, I'm not going. That's a trap.
That's a
I ain't
team,
going in.
I
That's a
will.
trap.
All right, so Silas and Lane are going down.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're going? Kozuke, you're alone in the shop right now.
I'm just gonna sit in the shop. That's a trap.
Gee,
It's better to
Get
be
that.
trapped together than be separated.
I'm gonna come grab you.
And no, leave him. And then whenever someone walks into the shop and it's a trap to be left in there, he'll wish he
That
came
heck
with us.
Hey, grab me.
Fucking God. I'm gonna take a 10 on this grapple check.
On a grapple check?
Yeah.
Are you trying to grab someone?
No, Mike's trying to grab me.
Guy, put him in the hole.
I'm gonna take 10 on whatever he wants.
Oh, to like your save? Well, it's your defense.
It's 18. He would have
It's
grappled me
18. He
anyways.
succeeds on the grapple.
I'm
So he
glad-
grabs you and he yanks you down and shuts the trapdoor behind him too.
I'm gonna start flailing.
Come on, man. Let's get this done. It's
That's
late.
fine. It's fine. So you all start to descend into this room that opens up into a very small room. And you see, and upon a quick inspection, switch to the map.
We were gonna come here one way or another.
Scripted.
You had multiple ways to get there. I was curious to see how you'd react to this. But anyway, you
Who's
look
this
around.
character? Who is this character? F you?
No, foo.
It's F
Jeez.
you.
Foo.
F
Yeah,
you.
It's the pretty lady with the purple eyes.
There's not a space in there, believe it or not.
She's
All right,
real
so
life.
anyway, you look around into this room and you realize it is a very dimly lit bunker with one kind of ceiling light in the center. There is a kitchen along the back side of it and a table with 6 seats. At one of the seats, you see Owari is there, sipping some tea and reading a book. And he just kind of looks up and he smiles at you all and he says, "Hey."
Long time.
First thing I do, sense chakra.
Exactly. I was gonna say sense chakra.
All
See
right,
if that's a familiar signature.
you sense that is Owari's signature.
Alright, just had to be sure.
I mean, people can mimic chakra signatures. I'm not too sure. I feel better, but not. I'm still skeptical.
So he kind of cheers up and he goes, "Well, I'm happy to see that you listen to Fu here." And at this point, you see he kind of stands up. He walks forward. Saus, you're back. You're not at there yet. You see he walks forward. He kind of leans into Fu, and the two kiss.
Well, that was awkward.
And then the two walk back. He takes his position again. Fu sits at the seat next to him. He goes, "Well, how about you all take a seat?"
Was that your wife? We gonna skip past that?
Sit down, Shiro.
He goes, "Well, everyone, I would like you to meet Fu."
This is just funny that they both sit on top, like in the same place.
Yeah.
Hey, can Kabuki sit next to me, Mike?
Sure.
Hey, puppy.
You gonna stay in the back lane, or are you gonna move forward into a seat?
I'm gonna activate my Sharingan and check his chakra signature to see if it's like wavy or anything, like he might be under like Genjutsu.
Everything seems completely normal.
Then I'll deactivate it and take
But-
a seat.
Sorry, everything about Owari seems completely normal. I'm gonna say in this vision, you also see Fu. There's something that doesn't quite seem right about her. You see, there seems to not just be one chakra signature in there. There seems to be something else, kind of like a different, kind of like yellowish chakra nature.
Guys, Fu has two. Her chakra's weird.
I guess we'll just send a chakra check on it.
And everything to you with your sense seems normal. So
Wh-
it's just
what
like
i-
a regular chakra signature.
What is that thing that you do to see if you can, like, undisguise somebody?
I mean, if they're under a transformation, a good whack to the head tends to do the trick.
Well, I'm not
Um,
going to do that.
Beyond that, you have to know a specific ability.
Because we wouldn't recognize the person because we've never seen them before.
Right.
Unless it's someone we have seen before.
No, completely no.
And or Owari put her under a Genjutsu.
Well, he has yet to say anything about it, so.
Well, let's just wait and see.
I'm still looking at Owari and say, did you put it under a Genjutsu, Owari?
He looks at you and he goes, "It?"
I meant her. I'm
Her?
sorry. I'm sorry. It just came out. I'm sorry.
He just kind of leans it a little bit towards you and he says, "Just remember, I'll kill you."
I take
Owari.
it this is normal for your team.
I'd like
And
to.
Owari, he kind of looks back at you and he says, "Yes, Lane, how about you come up and take a seat as well with us? I'll explain everything involving Fu, including that unfamiliarity that you're recognizing.
Fine.
Not to take this
And
time
I'll
to
deactivate my Sharingan.
say
Okay.
that if anything goes weird here, I'm gonna grab my shield and put it in front of me. Just saying.
It's just this a readied action.
Yeah,
Okay.
just ready.
So, at this point, Owari says, well, as you know, it's been about a month since I've left the village. Quite a lot has happened during that time.
Yes, it
Fu
has.
takes over. She goes, well, about a month ago, I found someone who I didn't recognize walking around the village. We've been more open recently, so I didn't question it too much at first, but he seemed overly cautious. I decided to follow him. And eventually, he walked into the catacombs beneath the village. Little did I know that he'd been aware of my presence, and he was leading me to a secluded area to off his tail. This point, Owari takes over. Owari takes over at this point, and he says, I led her to a secluded place where no one would hear the battle. After all, a fight with a tailed beast could be a very loud fight.
Tail beast.
He goes, yes. Fu here is the Jinchuriki for the seven-tailed beast.
Ninja lore.
God
Or maybe I'm ignorant.
damn it. That's the
So
monkey
this
dude,
is
right?
the kind of thing that you are all vaguely familiar with this. You know that Naruto is a Jinchuriki. He has the nine-tailed beast inside of him. Silas is someone who I guess actually isn't legitimately familiar with this, is someone who's not a huge Naruto geek like we are. And it's basically, do you know the Nine-Tails Fox that Naruto had inside of him in the show?
Yeah, the fire one.
Yeah, it's basically like that. There are 9 of them, nine-tailed beasts. You know that each, like, they were pretty much dispersed, given to different people. But you don't know exactly who, other than Naruto has the nine tails.
Oh, what kind does she have?
He said that she has the 7 tails.
Oh. I thought there was something special about you.
She just kind of looks at you with a very bored look, but also kind of like a bit of a quirky smile. And then she takes over and she says, well, after I followed him into the large room, he changed his appearance to reflect the man that he truly is, Owari. And I recognized exactly who he was at that point. The fatal current of the leaf. I knew he was exactly who I needed. You see, Shibuki, our leader, after what happened when Owari killed the rogue ninja in our nation, and after those ninja went rogue in the first place, Shibuki kind of fell apart. He lost himself and he became a warmonger, despite the fact that he tried his best to keep a good appearance to everyone else. You see, I believed that someone had either taken him over or that he himself was the leader that had been broken and it was time for a change.
Oh, somebody took him over, all right.
And she kind of looks at you and says, are you certain of that?
100%
How can
sure.
you be? How can you be?
You know, you wouldn't believe me if I told you, so I'm gonna tell you anyways. It was this green crystal that I looked at.
Bluff check.
He's not bluffing.
I'm not bluffing.
She just kind of looks at you skeptically. She kind of looks to Owari, and he just kind of looks back and says, you'd be surprised how often this stuff kind of happens between us. And so at this point, Owari takes over and he says, so that was how she and I met. We ended up, she ended up explaining something, the details to me about how she didn't trust her leader. And I told her that I believed that he might not have been him at all. Which is why, and he kind of gets a little bit more serious here, I have a request to ask all of you. I believe that Orochimaru is in fact taking the place of Shibuki, the Takikage.
Can't confirm.
and I would like your help to infiltrate the Takikage mansion to find out once and for all. This is something that regularly I feel as though I could do alone, but there's a reason that I need your help.
You need us to
Yes,
cause a
Silas.
ruckus.
I take the scroll out and I put it in front of Owari, the one that I was given. I was given this the other day by the masked ninja that helped in the killing of Higeki.
He kind of looks at it, and he reads it over, and he goes, well, either someone's aware to what I'm doing here, or maybe, he kind of ponders for a second, maybe this masked ninja will be there and be ready to help us.
That's kind of
It's a
what
long
I
shot,
thought.
but if that's the case, our job might have just gotten easier.
We'll see.
Well, now let me get into the details here before I formally ask for your help. Satsu is the main bodyguard for the Takikage. You all remember him, I'm sure. He almost killed
Yep.
Hajime.
I mean,
Well,
I think he did kill Hajime. Haven't seen him for a while.
I held back.
See-
Those those more so.
so he just kind of smiles at that and he continues on. I believe that I could defeat him in a one-on-one fight, but he's specially trained to counter me in my entirety. At this point, Fu takes over. She goes, he carries no metal. His teleportation is faster than Owari's speed. His wind nature is direct counter to Owari's lightning. Owari cuts her off. But I can't kill him if I can land a single successful strike. And that is why I need you all. To infiltrate the mansion and sneak our way into the Takikage's quarters, I need you all to keep him busy while I can take him out in one attack.
So we're causing a ruckus while you go around, sneak the backside Hajime style, and then attack him after 22 turns or something like that, right?
I don't know what you mean by 22 turns. However,
I can
what will
also kill him in
happen
one hit.
is you and I will be, all of us will be going into the mansion together, and I will be using my invisibility ninjutsu.
Oh.
You just have to keep him talking, keep him busy. You don't even have to fight him if you can talk your way through it properly. And just wait for me to be able to sneak up on him.
Preferably that one.
What?
But
Why?
if worse comes to worse, I can end him in one move as well.
He kind of chuckles as he goes, well, you've got a mean right hook, but he is able to teleport. He sees your attack coming. He'll be able to dodge it, just like mine.
That's why I sneaked up on him and I mark his ass.
And looks at you says, now, I know I've been gone from the village for a month, but you've never been the best when it comes to sneaking around.
I've learned a lot.
Well, that very well might be true. However, I feel like this isn't a time for cockiness. This is a time for prudence.
Very well.
As well, as should a fight truly break out, I need you all to cover me to make sure that we can truly take out Satsu. Now then, what do you all say? Kozuke says bullshit. What do you all say?
I'm
Will
saying
you
bullshit
join
to
me?
I'm saying bullshit to what
mission.
Silas has.
Move silent plus 10, bitch.
Sheesh. On my honor.
On my honor.
Well, that's two agreements. Kozuke,
Well, I'm going.
I'll go where our team leader goes.
Poke your eye out.
thank you very much for this. I know it's not an easy thing for me to ask you. Now then, I'll give you a quick, more detailed analysis. Along with Satsu, there will be two other guards. Fu here will be making an official statement that there's an incident happening in the village. She will make her way into the mansion and make it imperative that the two other bodyguards need to help her. She will draw them away and knock them out is necessary. Where then we will only have to worry about Satsu. Yes, Kozukai?
So, Fu, you're turning traitor against your own village for Owari.
She says no. Don't you remember what we started this whole thing off was? Shibuki is no longer the necessary leader for this village. He's a warmonger now. And she kind of pauses for a second, and she looks at you. She says, the Waterfall Village has been planning a secret attack against the Leaf Village. You can think of it like what happened with the Grass Nation recently, but we're a lot better than the Grass Ninja. And she stands up and she looks at you. And she says, we're organized. We're more powerful individually, and we have a force that was much greater than the Grass Ninja. Beyond that, we still have the element of surprise, which they did not have. I can guarantee you that your walls would be breached, and your village will be destroyed if everything goes how he plans.
Yeah, but if everything goes as we don't plan, you're going to be killed as a traitor. You're still okay with that?
The village that I was born in had honor once. It has lost its honor, almost in its entirety. Should we go through with that attack, there will be no coming back from it. We'll be gone completely from who we were. I am willing to risk my life to save what little honor my village still has.
Fair enough. When do we start?
I like you. I like you a lot more now.
Or it says, well, let me finish quick off about what's happening here. After we deal with Satsu, if we need to find out if someone has truly taken Shibuki's place, and if someone has, it's up to us to take care of him. In all reality, this is an S plus rank mission, and for what it's worth, I promise I'll personally compensate you all for what would essentially be a mission assignment fee.
Naruto already knows what we're doing.
Naruto knows that you're here to potentially help me, not to assassinate the Takikage.
We'll fail a mission, but we'll succeed a mission. It's okay with me.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that you were all fully aware of the situation.
Like I said a long time ago, Owari, whenever you need me, I'm there.
He smiles and he puts his arm on, or his hand on your shoulder. He kind of gives it a firm grip. He goes, "Thank you, Silas. You're a good man."
Ooh, I got jitters. When are we doing this?
I forgot I changed my clock. I looked at it and it was like 2:24. We've been going for almost 3 hours. Holy shit.
All right. Now then, does anyone have any final questions before we wait for nightfall to have everything start?
Yeah, Owari, when this is all done, and if we're all still alive, can you teach me some of those lightning clones?
Roll a diplomacy check.
What's my diplomacy?
+7.
It's not +7, it's higher than that. I looked at it and I was like, 3? But it's +10.
So he kind of looks at you and he smiles. He goes, "Tell you what, Kozuke. When we both get back to the village and we're rested up, I will personally teach you my lightning clones."
Oh, yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think we're ready.
All right.
Let's roll.
Now then, let's wait for nightfall. Time passes. Y'all get some rest, for the preparation. And then night falls. Owari kind of looks, Owari wakes up or, walks around and goes, "All right, everybody, it's time." Owari and Fu lead the team to the lake. At which point you see Fu use a jutsu, and the water kind of parts, forming like a bubble effect. And Owari gestures you all forward.
Oh, good. I'll have to do a swim check again. As I trip over a pebble.
So you're not like in front of the bridge directly. You're kind of like off to the side. And at this point, you're all going forward. Blah blah blah. You make it out of the water. You continue up until the point where you're at the side of the mansion. And Owari, he kind of starts whispering to the team. He goes, "All right, everybody. We're not going to be going through the front door, understandably. We're going to be sneaking in here through the side. Ready? Are you ready?"
Ready?
And
Do you need a moment, Shiro?
let's do
Everybody
this.
make sure headsets are on.
Make sure their volume's turned down to a very low volume.
I turned mine almost to 1.
So Owari does a jutsu. He places his hands on the stone wall, and it begins to very silently part in front of you, just enough to have you all sneak in.
Oh man, I'm bigger than everybody else.
Seems like I've watched this in the show before. Didn't work out so well either.
So at this point, Owari is the last one in. You all start walking in, and he takes a step in. He turns around, with Fu still behind him, because Fu's not in there with you. He grabs her, and the two kiss one more time. And the two nod at each other, and Owari walks in with you, sealing the door behind you, or the wall behind you.
Some could say one last time.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum.
Let's hope not. I guess. At this point now, it's time to take you to the main map.
Move silent. That's my move silent check. The 22.
All right, 22. So at this point, Owari kind of whispers ahead to everyone. He goes, all right, everybody. Now then, be very quiet. Be very cautious. Should anybody see you, you need to immediately and quietly take them out. Should they raise the alarm or get anyone else, our entire mission might be over, as well as our lives. Is everybody ready?
I have a question. Not to
Mhm.
Owari, just to you.
Yep.
How does the take 10 or take 20 or whatever thing work? Is it like whatever you're like 10 plus whatever you have?
It's basically like you're just taking a 10-sided die.
No.
So it would be 10 plus your
modifiers.
modifier.
Seriously?
Mhm.
So I could say I'll just take 20 on that move silent.
No. 20 can only happen in something where it makes sense for that to happen. So, for example, let's say you're looking at a painting and you're staring at this painting because you know something's there. I'm not going to have you roll a spot check on that and like where you just get a 1 and then you just keep staring at the painting for 3 hours trying to figure out what it is. That's be the kind of thing where you are very clearly, you have the time and the freedom to do this. That's when you can take 20.
Should we all roll move silently then?
That's what I did. I got 22.
Might be a good idea.
Roll a 1.
Thank
Roll
God
a
for
one.
plus 11s.
Oh yeah, I'm the silentest in the group, other than Owari.
It's a good thing that Shiro is holding Fubuki.
No, she's gonna roll too. That's what she's doing back there.
Fubuki rolls a 1. She's barking the whole time. Hey.
Woo, Fubuki and me.
Here,
Warrior
for the
has to
sake of I was gonna say, for the sake of consistency, let's have a Owari roll. Let me pull up his sheet.
He just
Watch when
runs,
he's the one who
he
rolled the 1.
trips.
He tri-
Owari
Oh,
trips and
GG! I hope
falls,
you're
man.
all ready for this roll.
Roll a 1.
GG.
If he would have rolled a 1, though, he would have fallen his face.
But how skilled.
That's a legitimate stat. None of that's bullshit. That's completely legitimate.
Oh man, I have to change my. Are we gonna be moving to another map after this?
Potentially.
Okay, I just won't change my stuff again. I changed my health and stuff in the last one, but it
Yeah,
didn't.
you can change it here. Or in the next, if you do change maps to the next potential maps that you can encounter, you won't need to worry about your stats.
Okay.
So you can change your stats appropriately here. Beyond that, you're good. And I'll come back and update this next time. Well, I guess there's no point in me updating because then so you know what? How about we even do this? I'm gonna fucking roll initiative for Owari.
He's actually gonna be with us on this one.
All right, Shiro, you are up first. Gozukai, get back to the fucking wall.
I'm edit. I had to pull myself out so I could edit.
GG.
All right, Shiro, you're up first. You're taking the lead now.
Alright, this is a pillar, I'm assuming.
Yes, everything that you see there will be a pillar. You can ask me about it or roll spot check at this point
Alright,
to clarify anything.
just look at that eye. Alright, and I'm gonna do a.
How's that
sense
bullshit?
check.
What's bullshit there?
What? Read the chat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that. All right, what were you doing, Shiro? Sorry?
Oh, sense chakra check with an attack action.
So you don't sense any chakra coming from directly ahead of you, but you sense that, like, behind this wall, there seems to be two signatures that are kind of moving down.
Like moving in a downward direction.
Moving in a leftward direction.
Okay. Alright, heads up, guys. I got some activity moving in your direction. I whisper on the comms.
You can also tell there's very much a clear wall between you. You know it's coming from the other side of the wall.
That's why we're moving silently, Shiro.
I'm just letting you know.
Appreciate that.
Need to be aware.
All right, so is that it for you, Shiro?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it for me. Fubuki is gonna see if she can pick up some sense.
Fubuki doesn't pick
can't.
up anything.
She don't
Next.
pick it. Like, she like shoved her face in the dirt.
Fubuki has the sniffles and can't smell a thing.
It's okay. I'll give you some
Better hope she
So-
doesn't sneeze.
some metal.
So at this point, Owari, he pretty much appears in front of this pillar. Like, if anyone here can see high-speed sight, you can see that he very much clearly ran that way. But because you guys didn't hear it at all, it was just like fucking tippity-tappity.
GG. Only guys but say one.
He goes there, and then he also does a very quick flip, kind of like a spin flip, and gets to the next pillar.
GG.
That's it for Owari. Then Lane.
Okay, I'm gonna suppress my chakra.
Okay.
Chakra. Words.
Anyone who isn't aware, you have to have the special ability to do so.
Okay.
All right, Kozuki.
I too am going to suppress my chakra. And I'm going to run over here. And then I'm going to end my turn.
All right, and Silas.
Oh, everyone's taking up the pillars. I don't fucking care.
Stand behind somebody.
You can hide behind me.
All right, so at this point, everyone roll a listen check.
I'm gonna take 10.
I'll fucking have Owari do it too. I'll just keep rolling for Owari. Shiro, you do not hear shit.
I'm deaf. Thank you.
Okay,
That's perfect. 20.
just waiting on Kozuki. Okay, so Lane, Fubuki, Silas, did you roll?
I said I'd take a 10.
Okay, what's your modifier?
I think it's 2.
Okay, so you don't hear anything. Lane, Owari, and Fubuki all hear.
Oh,
kind of
wait,
like what
it's
seems to be
4. I'm lying, it's 4. Sorry.
It still doesn't pass then.
Good.
You kind of hear the pitter patter of feet, kind of walking towards your direction.
We have people headed this way.
Oh, great. And I'm not behind the pillar. I kind of am.
I don't even know where you.
And so you can also tell it's two different sets of footsteps that you're hearing.
This pillar goes up to the roof, right?
Yep, like a full column
Okay.
going up to the roof right here. Yeah.
Alright.
2 contacts.
If I use chakra, am I still suppressing chakra or no?
No.
Okay, just gotta make sure.
I'm gonna like kind of look back at Owari. Do we take him out?
And Owari would answer you, but it's Shiro's turn. Let's see what
Ooh.
Shiro does.
Where I'm going.
Sure got really close to the screen.
Mm.
You know, trying
As
to
close as he can get to call
fly.
bullshit, I think.
His
Those
glasses
anime
on.
glasses will, yeah, they'll break the universe.
So they're going to do something here.
I'm gonna do a hide check 'cause I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, roll a high check.
There comes that one.
Gee.
Ooh.
I should probably do this.
Ooh.
How do I do like the fucking silent roll to myself again? I keep forgetting that.
What's that?
The silent roll to myself / GM roll.
/GM bullshit roll.
So they immediately, so as soon as you run to that pillar, you immediately kind of hear them. So wait, hold up! I thought I saw something.
That's great. Good job, Shiro.
I can't hear you.
So that was your movement action. You gonna do
I
anything
did
else
some
here?
move actions.
Oh, you did
I
too.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, these guys are going to get a free turn. The guy who saw it, he walks around, and he walks here, and he immediately sees you there, Shiro, and he draws his kunai. And he kind of like he kind of goes to his buddy. He's like, "Hey, we have an intruder."
Does Shiro get an attack of opportunity?
Nope, not right now. However, it's Owari's turn.
Easy.
What should Owari do, he thinks? So Owari, he also is tuned into your frequency on the radio. He says, "All right, team, take the one that's next to Shiro. I've got the other one." And you see Owari, Saus, you see this, and Lane, Kozukai, you all see this. Owari pretty much disappears. He appears in front of this guy up here, and he is just, his hand is like kind of channeling electricity, and he just stabs the guy straight into the chest.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they be able to hear that through the entire complex?
He did
Different
it very
ability.
silently. It's not like the Chidori. It's not like giving off the sound of birds. It's just literally channeling with electricity.
He's a skilled assassin.
All right, it's Lane's turn, isn't it?
Beyond that, nothing has happened to them to alert everybody else, because the guy wasn't like yelling to it. He just like said it to his buddy.
Oh, here, I got this. Because you get a bonus if I say it. Lane, take him out.
You'll get a bonus to your attack roll, sure. Since you have that leadership ability or whatever command.
Mm-hmm.
So Lane, you're up.
Or did Lane just freeze? Oh, there we
No,
go.
I was thinking.
Like, you didn't move for, like, the longest time. I was like, did my screen freeze?
Okay, so I'm gonna move up here and then draw and then throw a shuriken, trying to hit him straight in the back of the neck.
Okay.
And is that
Make
against
your hit
flat?
check. I'll say he's not aware of your presence, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's actually
That'll-
plus 10.
Okay, that succeeds then. So yeah, roll for damage. All right, so he has definitely taken that to the back, but he is still up, and he kind of whips around and sees that you're now there as well.
So he's facing her?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Bonus.
Nice.
I'm gonna wink at him.
He kind of just gets annoyed at that.
Good.
Kozukai, you're up.
If I can taunt him, we'll win.
I'm gonna use my ability I have yet to actually use in a real life fight. Shadow Shuriken technique.
All right.
And is this a sneak attack?
Yeah, I'll say he's not aware of your presence.
Nice.
So only the first hit will get the sneak attack bonus.
Yep.
Unfortunately, though, you miss. So you gotta like throw the shuriken. So you take your chakra wave, of course, because you use the ability. You
Yeah.
throw the shuriken, and they just kind of like fly right by him, and then he kind of looks around and he sees you. And Silas, at this point, roll a hide check since you're kind of still scuffled up behind the pillar.
All right. Hey.
So he looks at Kozakai, and he also sees that you are there behind the pillar.
Even with that 19? Damn.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And he kind of immediately realizes that he's outnumbered. But Silas, it is now your turn.
Silence him.
Didn't Ten Fingers pistol him? Dang, I wanted to see it.
Pistol whip his ass. No, man. I'm going to take out my blade, and I'm going to hit him.
All right.
With that saw blade slice.
That's it.
Nice.
He takes 10 points of damage, but he is still up.
GG. I should have shot him with my fingers.
So now at this point, he kind of realizes what's happening, and he's going to begin to run. So he starts taking a step away. So you both, Shiro, Silas, and Fubuki, for that matter, will get an attack of opportunity.
They will be taken.
That's a hit. So roll for damage, Silas. Okay, so before Shiro and Fubuki even get to continue the attack, Silas pretty much like slashes him as he begins to run away, and he just falls to the ground, back cut open.
Yeah, that's right. I cut people from the back.
Nice.
What of it?
Gee.
You're a ninja, not a samurai.
That was for you, Joshin.
So at this point, Owari just kind of puts his hand back, like telling everyone to like shut up. He just listens for a second, and he kind of relaxes, and he looks back at everyone and says, "All right, well, what have we learned, Shiro?
To hide better.
To hide better. We'll be back to take care of these bodies when we have the time to do so. Right now, we need to continue for the moment." And you see, he pretty much open. Actually, no, he's not gonna say that. He's gonna do something different. He pulls out a scroll. You see, he kind of makes a little bit of a writing into it, and then see the body disappears into the scroll. And does that for both of them.
What?
So dead bodies are gone. Look at that. That's cool.
But there is still blood on the ground. And that's what Owari says. All right, we're going to have to leave this here, unfortunately. Come back and try and clean it up later. Right now, we need to get through this as quick as possible.
Wow, sure could use a water jutsu user.
Too bad. Fucking somebody's fapping his dick off. Thanks. Thank God for non-friction.
That was pretty good.
All right. So whose turn is it?
All right. Shiro.
All right. And right on up here. And that's the end of turn.
All right. Now it's Owari's turn. You see he kind of
Oh, we should
dashes up
probably-
here. What's up?
I'm sorry. Yeah, we should probably just do. I'm just gonna do the move silently again.
Okay.
But-
I was just going to go off your rolls of before. I'm just
Alright.
going to keep that going. That was my plan.
Alright.
I think we should be doing new ones every time we get into an encounter, just because, you know.
Okay, fine. Sure. Everyone do another roll for if you're intending to move silently.
Yeah,
Oh,
ruining.
Such a good roll, though.
All right, Shiro, you got a 24. So that's not get a great roll. How about goes the guy?
Fubuki's a goddess again.
Yeah, she's a wolf, a hunter.
Same roll. Okay.
I was really hoping you'd get a 1. Okay. So Owari continues moving. He kind of dashes forward again. and Lane. And Kozuke.
That's it for me.
And Silas.
Owari, Master Owari, is there anything up front?
Now, Owari, he kind of radio's back. He goes, no, we're all clear for the moment.
Oh, sorry, I went too far.
All right, and so now let me do a quick NPC stuff here. All right, Owari, or Shiro, you're up.
Alright, Kabuki. Listen check.
Well, that was you doing a listen check. However, Fubuki doesn't hear anything right now.
Alright. And I'm gonna sense tracker.
So you sense that the two same signatures that were they sensed earlier, they are now beginning to walk right, and they have just entered your range again.
So they're
Oh,
walking back
okay.
and forth.
So they're like moving with us, basically.
I mean, they were walking left, now they're moving right, so that's all you know. Maybe they are moving with you, maybe they're not.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
a black man entered me.
For GG.
I've been buying
Alright.
it.
Yeah, that's
Look,
fair.
look, man. Look,
That's it for you?
you can have my wallet,
Yeah,
okay?
that's what we-
Listen,
How lit up are these hallways?
They're very dimly lit.
Alright. So I can make a pretty good height check.
well, Shiro tried to, failed, and I tried to, and apparently 19 wasn't good enough.
The guy got a very good spot check. So Wari begins to dash forward again, and then he, y'all kind of hear on your radio, goes, "All right, everybody, we're about to enter a new room. This seems to have a lot less things for us to hide behind. Be ready."
Aye, aye.
And Lane, you're up. I'll reveal it once finally someone gets close enough to it makes a difference. Kozuke?
So am I correct in seeing that this way is the way down we're going?
Yes. That it for you? Okay. So Kozuke, you now begin to reveal the next room.
Next room. Fuck.
Which is where Shiro was hearing people, or sensing people.
And I'm right in the middle of the fucking. God damn.
Yeah, you
I thought
All
it was
right.
forward.
Silas,
then
you're up.
downward. Can I call Mulligan? Move back, like
No.
by Owari, just like right here.
No.
God damn.
I'm gonna move right at the edge of this room, and I'm going to nope, because I've already moved. That'd be two movements.
Yep.
Well, unless I just use my first movement to move right there, would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, that'd be fine. Actually, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I want to like do a prep action. You know, if they come up to attack us, I want to be ready for that.
Okay. So,
I got my sword out.
Shiro, you're now up.
Oh shit.
This is the door, right?
Yeah, this is just like an opening.
Okay. Okay. That's end of my turn. Well,
All right.
Let me just Yeah, if you try and use her ears one more time.
Try and what?
Use her ears to listen.
So Fubuki kind of immediately her ears perk up, and she's hearing some people coming your way.
Heads up. We got company.
So at this point, Silas, you see Owari. He kind of like fades all of a sudden, like he just like the fucking lightning ran somewhere. So let me just fucking.
Oh, see you later.
So he kind of dashes away, and you don't know exactly where he was. You weren't able to quite track his movements.
No, because I'm slow as shit.
And Lane, now you're up. I guess I can reveal more of this area now that Shiro actually sees.
Does Shiro see?
How high up are the walls in this?
They go up to the roof.
How
up to the
high?
ceiling. How high is the ceiling? Oh, the ceiling is about 20 feet high. It's a pretty tall roof.
Okay. I am going to do 2 different checks. Both a move silently and a hide.
Nice. That's what I was planning on doing.
So
Okay,
that way
where
I
are you?
can move forward down the thing without it. Without getting
Just continue
spotted.
down the hallway. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Okay.
Do it. Try to be super sneaky. So first move silently, and next the hide.
All right. Let me do 2 checks here.
Oh, that reveals something.
Well, it's just the counter checks to if she triggers something.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, I guess kind of just reveals something. So that was that. That was that. Okay. So, Kozuka, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna use Cubanoid. Climb up this wall.
Okay.
I'm also going to do a high check.
Are you gonna move and then do a high check, or?
Yeah, I'm just trying to hide in the shadows, like up on top of the roof.
Okay, so yeah, move to where you're going to do, and then do a hide check from where you are.
Okay, Kono.
I'm gonna move forward, not around in a goddamn square. So yeah.
Yeah, fucking when Kono moved, it was just like.
And this
And
time
then the end of combat happened. Like the whole mission.
Okay, that's your hide check. Silas, you're up.
I really
Remember,
gotta
for the
see
sake of
that.
metagaming, you don't know that you're hiding like a dumbass.
Oh man, like those dog pictures I posted a while back.
Yeah, yeah.
Muted life.
Oh man.
Put that hashtag in there.
I'm just bitching at myself, alright?
Alright.
Decisions.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Silas?
You did
Silas. So, Silas, you begin to continue down the hall. We'll reveal further ahead for you.
And they're standing there, aren't they?
And they are standing there. So you're moving forward, and you see 2 men immediately are looking at you. However, this is a little bit of the GM fault. What the fuck are you doing, Kozuka?
I mean, I already knew Owari was going to appear behind them and kill them both.
But lucky for you, these guys rolled a 1 on their spot check. So despite that, they're just like, these guys, they've had a long night. They're kind of tired. They're not paying attention. And despite the fact that you are right there, these guys just walk right by you for the moment.
I was crouched down, kind of like a boulder.
In the middle of this mansion.
I really hope they don't see me sitting on top of a lantern.
I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder.
GG.
So, that's it for them right now. Shiro, you're up.
These chumps.
All right. So I see them in range.
Uh-huh. You see this? They're just like not bad. They're just like walking like half asleep.
They've been walking all night.
That's prime target right there.
We could probably walk by them without them even noticing.
I think we
Separate.
should just leave.
What, like trying to sneak past him?
Yeah.
I can try. But I mean, it's a small hallway.
They didn't see me. If y'all want to take the one out that's closest to the lane, I'll take the other one out.
At this point, one of the guys kind of perks like this. Yeah, I feel like I'm hearing something.
I won't say another word.
You're talking still.
So Shiro, it's your turn.
I think to myself, judgment call. Why not?
What would Joshin do?
What would Justin do? Alright, so
Easy now.
speed and strength rank 1, so I can actually get over there. And use swift action into Hidu's Sin Stance, and I'm just gonna give this guy a good whack.
All right. Let's make your hit.
Yep.
All right, that's a successful hit.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to switch.
Good job for Boogie.
Yeah.
GG.
So roll for damage. So that cuts the. So you pretty much attack him, and he kind of goes, "Ah, what the?" And he kind of looks up and he goes, "Hey, man, go tell the others."
Yeah, shit. Alright, Fubuki's gonna pick his exit up.
Same guy or different guy?
Same guy.
I assumed you're attacking this guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fubuki misses.
Alright. And, well, that's my turn.
So, Lane, you're up.
Okay. I am going to throw a shuriken at this guy
Okay.
and very, very specifically aim for his ankle.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
That guy, I'm going to say, is still a little bit groggy, so that hits him still. So you can roll for your damage. So that hits him in the ankle, and that kind of brings him back to full senses, but he kind of kneels down. Oops. If I could subtract the opposite of what I meant to do. He kind of kneels down, and, like, grabs his ankle and, like, to kind of rip the kunai. Goes, ah, god damn it!
Stinks, doesn't it?
Well, the idea is if that's the guy who's going to try to run away, this is going to cripple him and make it so he can't run as far.
So Kozakai, you're up.
Okay. From the
And
roof.
Kozakai, despite the fact that he's hiding, is for some reason standing, like one leg dangling off and waving his body. That was his one check.
Yeah.
GG.
It's my 40 move. All right. Now, I'm gonna attack this guy right here. I'm gonna jump down from the roof, like pointing my chocoto forward, and just like dive bomb at him, just trying to spear him in the head or whatever.
Okay. So roll for your hit check.
This is a sneak attack, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
That's a successful hit. So roll for your damage. Add the sneak attack damage. Also add 1d6 for the fall damage.
Okay.
Just for gravity effect.
Plus 1 DF. Oh, what was the sneak attack damage? 1d5.
1d6.
1d6. 1d6 plus 1d6. The
Someone would simplify it to 2d6, but yes.
Well, they're two different things that he's getting the D6s
Yeah.
for. You can't just put them together.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure. All right, you're right.
That's it.
You didn't add a plus in there.
I
Roll
know.
1d6 for the final amount. So you deal 13 points of damage. So you pretty much what happens is you fall down, and he kind of like he manages to sense your presence a little bit, and he kind of like turns his head. So you still stab him like into the shoulder, but it's not a fatal. Not still a pretty serious wound, but not fatal.
How's that not fatal? I'm
It's
inside
not like
his
the, whole,
lung.
it's not like the whole sword goes in. You kind of like stab in a little bit.
But alright, whatever. You're right. I'm a tiny little boy.
Yeah. Don't worry. All that went through my head. All right,
And-
Silas, you're up. Oh, what?
I yelled sneak attack as I was falling. Like
If that's the case, I'm gonna have to
No.
remove that last 4.
as it landed, just
Okay.
sneak attack.
Which way is this guy facing?
He's
Sneak
facing Shiro.
attack. They just
Okay. Then I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move right here because this guy's still facing Kozukai. I'm guessing.
Pretty
Is he-
much. He's kind of clutching his ankle and then kind of like gets stabbed in the shoulder. He's very disoriented.
And this is a sneak attack. So I'll add that 1d6 to my hit.
Do
Be
you?
very courteous with what counts as a sneak attack for the record right now.
I mean, do you have that feat? though?
naturally.
I do.
Nice.
It was given with my level up.
Nice.
So there's my hit check.
That's a success. Yes.
That shitty roll on your language check.
It was
there.
like a 2 on the language check. Wasn't quite a
No,
1,
no.
but it still wasn't great.
It was a -1 after this success.
So you go and make another cut at him, and just like the last guy, he falls back slashed open.
Joshi.
GG.
Man, I can never get to kill
Not
anybody.
another heretic.
Super.
All right,
Sorry,
Kozukai. Shiro, now you're up. Actually, no, this guy's gonna get his turn, sir. He pulls out a radio.
Oh shit.
Shiro, you get an attack of opportunity.
All right.
End him. End him now.
Cut that arm off.
Yeah, go straight for
the
Roll to
yeah,
confirm
The
critical.
crit.
straight for his wrist.
Oh.
Doesn't confirm
No.
critical, but it is a hit.
What were you
Damage.
aiming at?
Was that?
That's
What were you
metagaming.
aiming-
That's metagaming.
Yeah, he didn't say
I'm
anything.
just doing a normal slash.
But as you go and slash at him, that does knock the radio out of his hand
Nice.
as he kind of
See,
freaks
I
out. When I say an attack of opportunity, it's kind of implied that you're attacking the part that he's moving. The way I view it, if that feels inappropriate, I'll change that for the future. Make you have to clarify.
Feels good to me.
Yeah,
Feels,
that's good
feels,
to me.
feels real good.
This guy's beefy. It's not dead yet.
Nope, not down yet. However, Shiro, you see this as all of a sudden a blue kind of beam kind of bursts through his chest. You see Owari has appeared and stabbed him from behind.
My kind of movement from behind.
And that causes the guy to fall dead. At which point Owari does the same thing, pulling out the scrolls and taking the bodies.
Wasn't my fault, Owari. Wasn't my fault, Owari.
Once again,
Owari just
Shiro.
kind of looks at you and he goes, "Let's go."
Wasn't my fault, Owari.
Shiro's turn.
Nope, Lane's turn.
Oh, it is Lane's turn. Wait, no, it's Shiro's turn.
Shiro
I
just
thought
went.
Shiro did his
Oh.
attack.
No, Shiro got
Shiro
a
had an attack of opportunity. You're right.
He didn't go.
It is Shiro's attack.
Alright.
Technically, I skipped ahead with Owari, but for what it's worth, it was actually a rated action. So you see that there are 2 statues on each side of you. That's what those squares are this time. They don't go all the way up to the roof, but they do go up a fair amount.
Alright, it's gonna be
They're
about
10-foot statues, not 20-foot statues.
GG.
So Owari pretty much just dashes forward past you, Shiro.
Lane's turn.
And Lane.
Reroll. Oh.
You are not moving silently,
That is
but
your
you don't
move
know
silently
that.
check. Yep. Everyone's just hearing clack, 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 clack.
Good lord.
Rerolling my hide.
Lane. Quiet.
I feel like I can move more silently than that, and I'm huge.
Jeez.
All right, Silas, you're up.
Lane, this isn't playtime.
Or
Not
sorry,
silence.
Close the guy.
All
I
right.
really gotta pee. That's my
Moves.
excuse.
Move silently. It's not as bad as Lane. And I'm gonna climb this wall again,
Sorry.
up to the roof. Do another hide check. Am I hiding this time though?
Maybe.
I don't know. All right, what's 40 feet? Okay, there.
You see, there's a statue kind of in the way a little bit, but it doesn't go all the way to the roof.
All right.
My turn?
How's that look, TL?
It's kind of scary.
A little bit scary.
Good.
I'm going to move silently again. Ooh, that's just as good as the last one. That's great.
Man, you are all doing a great job right now.
At least it's not as bad as
Yeah.
Clip Clop over there.
That's my favorite of the My Little Ponies. As far as I'm aware, that's not an actual pony. If that is,
Not-
I promise you, that it wasn't intentional.
That is an actual pony.
All right, Shiro.
Apparently, I wasn't moving silently, so I guess I will.
You're just
Just taking a stroll.
That's a good one.
definitely the best so far for this one.
Really
Boki, on the other hand, lets out a yelp.
Yeah, yelp and her nails are clipping all over the floor. Just
Yeah, forgot she had her claws is after the fight.
GG. No, just pick her up. It's weird.
No, you're not aware of it. It's too late.
I mean, you're aware once Boki starts running, but until that point.
It echoes down the hallway.
Alright. And, sense chakra.
You don't sense any chakra immediately around where you are.
Thank goodness. Alright. It's into my turn.
All right. Owari takes a step forward, and then he takes another step forward, and he goes, "All right, everybody, I'm at the position. Everybody catch up to me.
Can we all just do a movement where we all move up to him?
If you'd like, you can all just do that, yeah.
Cool.
So you're going to go down that little hallway and then follow it to the left there.
There's some shit to this, isn't there?
Maybe.
You got a good map going here.
Oh, it's fucking not much of one, honestly. So at this point, Owari says, "All right, everybody, do you see what's ahead of us?" And I'm going to
Reveal.
pretty much I can't reveal the entire map yet.
No, I do not. It's ahead of us.
Yeah, I still can't see it. So basically, ahead of you, you don't see exactly where you are, but you see that there are 3 people standing outside of a door, one of which is Satsu. At which point, Owari just kind of holds up his hand and goes, "All right, just wait for it." Then a moment happens, and then you see the man who escorted you all into the village runs into the room. He goes, "Fu says that there's been a situation. You two, I need you now." And the 2 men dash away with the escort, leaving only Satsu into the room. And Owari now turns to everyone a little bit serious and goes, "All right, now's the time. Walk out into the room peacefully and cautiously. All I need is 30 seconds. And then Owari uses his ninjutsu to make himself invisible.
30 seconds.
I would say
Oh.
follow my lead, but unfortunately, I did not get a good initiate.
So who wants to die?
So if you like, you can all step out and together.
Yeah, I think that'd
Yeah.
be good. What do y'all think?
Well, who wants to die? Let's ask that.
I'll be in the front. That's
Right,
fine.
Well, you guys
before-
are discussing.
Right
why you
before
guys-
we do this, I just spent time learning a very powerful genjutsu. So if we can do this, hopefully we can take him out and Owari can just finish him off without a problem. So that's going to be my first go-to if things go sour.
If he detects it, though, it's gonna go sour immediately.
That's why I'm saying if things go sour, then I use it.
I get you. I follow you.
Go, Sky, what you're saying.
And
Go, Sky.
that being the case, Lane, you walk behind me.
While everyone was talking about the plan, I'm just gonna walk off the rooftop to the floor again.
Okay. So that's what's gonna be the plan. Silas kind of leading, Lane right behind, and you two, I assume, on the opposite side of Lane.
I think that'd be good.
Opposite side of Silas.
Maybe we can kind of like get a box around Lane, so not to. Yeah, you know.
So is that what you're kind of thinking?
Yeah,
You all adjust this as you feel appropriate.
something like that would be fine.
Over here,
Oh,
guys.
shit.
Sure.
Whoops! I need to fucking.
Whoa, the wall moved with us.
All right. Well, that wall's no longer there. So I'm just going to move you all into position where you can actually see Satsu.
Okay.
Do you all see him?
Yes.
No.
Barely.
Yeah.
Move us up
Alright.
1 or 2 spaces.
My vision's pretty poor, so
How about now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see him.
I can see him.
Okay.
Okay.
So you all walk into the room, and you see Satsu, and Satsu sees you, and he immediately draws his sword, but he doesn't go at you. He just draws his sword and he looks at you, and he speaks first. He says, "You're from the exams. Why are you here?" And he kind of like gets a little bit more squinty. "Where's your sensei?"
He's not with us.
We actually have intel that he's here, locked up. We heard
Well,
that
bluff
you.
check.
Well, we heard that you took him, Satsu.
I believe.
I need to do a GM roll here to see what his sense motive is. Okay, so he kind of looks at you, and he says, "Well, did you now?
That's what
Well.
we were under the impression of.
We don't have him."
And where is he at?
So he starts looking around. You see, he kind of looks to the left of everybody like he's looking at something, and he just kind of chuckles to himself. He says, "Did you really think that I wouldn't be prepared for this?"
For
And
what?
immediately, you see he takes his left hand, which doesn't have a sword in it, and he slams it into the wall to his left. And you hear the click of a button.
Oh man.
At this point, you all kind of hear what seems to be like something kind of clicking like a lock opening up. And then you hear a
Paper bombs.
sound effect. It doesn't quite sound like the ignition of like the paper bomb lighting. Seems a little bit different.
Snakes. Can I do a listen check? I want to
Lane.
do a listen check.
Lane, do it now.
So you're not entirely sure exactly what it is. So Lane, you're getting ready to use your ninjutsu or genjutsu then?
Yeah. It's
So-
Temple of Nirvana.
Yeah, okay, well before that even happens, you all begin to kind of feel faint.
Gas.
And you realize that's what the sound was. Something has opened, and you see a very thin layer that's very hard to see of gas is falling all around you.
Can I say that I put my shirt up to try to maybe?
So you can, however, this gas is very quick acting, and you all pretty immediately, fall to the ground, paralyzed.
Fucker, dude.
And this isn't a roll save because, cinematic kind of an event.
Can I do anything at all? It's a dojutsu.
No. Well, does it require hand signs at all?
I need to actually look at this.
What's the ability?
Demonic Mirage, Metaphysical Battleground.
I'm pretty sure that does. Yes, needs hand signs. So
Fuck.
no, you can't do that.
So this is a. I'm assuming this is a closed room right now.
Yes, for the most part.
All right, but as far as the way we came as well, all the way back there.
Yeah. There were no windows in the path that you came. The only real thing that you see as an opening is the doors that are right here and right here behind Satsu.
Dang, no reaction. Rip. All right, let's roll with it.
So you all fall to the ground, and you also see something else. You see Owari appears. But he's still holding himself up. You see he's currently wearing a gas mask.
You know, it's funny. I had a rebreather. I didn't see this coming though.
Hashtag always wear a rebreather.
So, and then at that point, you see Owari once again pulls out another scroll. And this time, it was something kind of had something already written up, and he just opened it up, and all the gas starts getting sucked into it.
How long does it take the gas to get out of our, like, make to where we can move again?
You don't know. Can't be certain right now.
Because bullshit.
Well, because of a cinematic event.
Owari, Owari, get him.
Can't even talk. So at this point, Satsu, he kind of just chuckles and he looks at Owari and he says, "So, you led your team to the slaughter, did you?" And Owari just kind of chuckles back and he goes, "I'm ready to end this, Satsu." At which point, you see Satsu kind of steps away from the door. The two look at each other, and Shiro, you recognize a very similar situation to the vision that you saw with Owari and Satsu facing off.
Although all I can do is see because I can't really gasp right now.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with your face?
GG. He's crying.
So Satsu once again readies his weapon, and he makes his, and Owari then readies his, and you see that he pulls out his Baransu blade, the glowing blue sword that he used previously that you've seen. And Owari makes a stabbing motion, remaining where he is, and you see a bolt of lightning shoots out. Satsu slashes his obsidian sword that seems to, when he cuts, has a gust of wind slash from it that completely cuts the lightning bolt in two and ending where it's going. At that point, you see Satsu teleports right behind Owari and stabs into him. At which point, Owari, you see, he goes, "Ah!" But also, his body seems to kind of shock with a little blue effect, and a lightning burst shoots off, and you see that what was there was a clone jutsu, his lightning clone.
Yes.
At that point, you see Owari appears at the corner where Satsu was kind of first standing. And he readies his sword again. Your teleportation is fast, but it's not fast enough. At which point, Owari throws a set of shuriken from his left hand. And you see they kind of like go out in a line, like one after the other. And all of a sudden, lightning, he channels his chakra into it, forming kind of what is essentially now a barbed lightning club. Armed in both hands, he dashes at Satsu, making like an X strike with his swords. At which point, Satsu teleports away from. And you see he appears above Owari. At which point, he releases a huge wind burst that buffets Owari, knocking him back to where he originally stood. And then Satsu, between him and the door. Owari begins to pant. And Satsu just kind of laughs. He goes, "Is this the best you've got? I spent so much time training for this? I'm disappointed. I knew I'd win, but I didn't think it would be this easy. Fine." At this point, you all see that the door that you originally, or that Satsu was originally in front of, opens.
Oh, here it is.
And you see Shibuki walks out.
Shibuki.
And Shibuki just kind of, he looks around as everyone kind of looks at him. He goes, "So, Satsu, it appears you've bested our guest. Well done. Now then, finish him." And Owari, on his knees, panting, looking up at Satsu, Satsu raises his sword, channeling chakra into it. "Goodbye, Owari." And then you all see something a little bit different happen. Shibuki's neck begins to extend at a rapid pace. diving at Satsu and biting him on the neck.
Are you kidding me?
You knew this was gonna
Why?
happen.
At which
It's the
point,
divisions.
I know.
Satsu kind of turns his head, seeing exactly what's happening to him. He goes, "What, Shibuki?" At which point, Owari gets back onto his leg, gets back up standing regularly, and he begins to laugh, panting entirely gone. He goes, "Oh, Satsu, you arrogant fool! You're right when you said that would be disappointing if that was it, but I couldn't allow us to be too loud. Someone might come running." At which point, Shibuki's head kind of opens its jaw and releases Owari. Or releases Satsu, sorry. And Satsu begins to kind of shake and stumble as though he's feeling very weakened. He goes, what's happening? Owari, you've been poisoned. We're being very thorough. Owari walks up to Satsu, knocking the sword out of his hand and stabbing him in the chest with his. Goodbye, Satsu. If you weren't so focused on me, you might have seen this all coming. At which point, Satsu's body falls to the ground. Owari then turns to Shibuki, and he kind of chuckles again. Took your time, I see. And at this point, you see the two ninja from earlier, which I fucking deleted their tokens like an idiot. Sorry, give me a second. You see the two ninja that were the bodyguards next to Satsu immediately dash into the room at this point. Owari draws his weapon looking at them, but all of a sudden, you see a poof happened. And you see what was the two bodyguards now appears to be Fu. You remember Fu. And, sorry, let me fucking drag the tokens properly here.
More old men. Fu's an old man.
Move this properly to the right layer.
Old man fool confirmed.
You see the masked ninja, Silas, you remember her, and Fu standing there.
We're still laying on the floor.
Yep, you're still on the floor, still unable to react to any of this. At which point she just kind of chuckles and goes, "Everything went accordingly, I see." At which point Shibuki grabs his face and kind of rips it off like a plastic thin bag. He goes, "I wanted to see how you do, Owari, when I didn't show up immediately. Oh, and with these two now here, it's time that we begin the plan, right?" At which point Owari just kind of nods his head. Then, Owari picks up Satsu's body in front of him, and he throws it at the masked ninja, who picks it up, who catches it, and begins to escort it away. At this point, you see Fu, 5 little tails pop out of her, and they all pick you up, carrying you past Shibuki's room and down a set of stairs. At which point, you all fall unconscious from the gas.
Owari's giving us the.
Yeah, War's betrayed us. For now.
Me being the bigger person, I come to first.
GG.
Or
We properly
last.
changed the background here. There we go. Make it a little bit easier to look at. So you all eventually wake up. You don't know how much time has passed or anything like that.
Damn it!
You
My
wake up-
score is still set wrong.
Yeah. Don't worry about
all
that. You don't
good.
have to readjust it here.
All right.
So you all wake up in the jail cell. This is a cell. You can see that there is a set of beds that you're all lying on, and a toilet, a public toilet,
And our
and then
weapons
just a
are
bunch
gone.
of bars. Everything on you, aside from your clothes, is completely gone. But more than that, you also just feel weak. You feel as though your chakra is just not recovering, and your body strength itself just is not there.
Can I do a treat injury check on myself to see if I have the fucking curse mark?
Sure. I want to say you don't even actually have to do a treat injury check, but yeah, you can tell that there's no curse mark. Like looking around at everyone and then looking at you, you all can tell, there's nothing like that.
Can I stand?
Yeah, you can stand, but even that kind of seems tiring.
Is everybody Is everyone all right?
Nope. I feel groggy as fuck. I think there's a full jutsu in us.
There's nothing we can do about this.
I can undo it, maybe.
I think we're. I don't want to give up hope, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Why will
Fortunately, we got
come
a
back?
medical ninja on our team.
So on cue, Kozakai, you all start hearing some tippity tap of footsteps walking your way.
I told you he'd come back.
And you see Owari emerges.
War is huge.
Owari emerges, and he walks kind of in front of the cell. It's a very thin like hallway between the cell and the wall behind him, and he just kind of leans back against it, looking at all of you with a very uninterested look.
What's up, War?
He remains quiet, and he just starts looking between each of every one of you.
I touched the jail cell. Does it shot me or anything?
Nope.
What is it made out of?
It's some form of metal.
You ain't gonna break.
I'm gonna try to pull it as hard as I can.
So, despite your best efforts, you are not currently in your weakened state strong enough to break these bars at all, no matter how hard you try.
I forgot I was weak. Shit.
So I just kind of looks around at everything as it's happening. He says, "You all seem a little tired."
Yeah,
Remain
thanks to
silent.
this.
Almost like we've been drained.
Yep. How about that? He kind of like leans up, kicks his back away from him against the wall, and he says, "You are all ninja of the leaf. My quarrel is not with you. I have no desire to see you killed. Goodbye." He begins to walk away.
I don't know where you're
Anything, or
going.
just
I just hang my head.
I don't know where you're going, Owari. But we're honor bound. You walk away from this now, you're breaking that pact.
he just kind of he stops and he looks at you, and he's got a little bit of a sadistic smile against him. He says, "You're honor bound, huh? So I walk away, that breaks the pact, and you're no longer dedicated to me?"
That's right.
Oh, you are all just a bunch of idiots, aren't you?
A tear rolls
God
down my,
damn.
a tear
I
rolls down
knew
my
that
face.
I knew when they assigned me the misfit ninja of the leaf that this would all just be too easy. I mean, look at you all. You've got the midget shinobi who loves to be a fiend, who loves to taunt people and play his little games.
That's all this.
How easy it is to lead you into anything I want to do.
Your next
Then
big boy.
Shiro,
Oh, no,
the
I'm next.
honor-bound samurai. Oh, how kind of you to grace us with your presence, you incredible samurai. Now I'll give it to you. You've done more than I would have given a samurai credit. But time and time again, you prove yourself to be exactly what I think you are. And then he looks at you, Elaine. He says, "Well, I don't even know you that well. I don't think you and I have ever been formally introduced, have we?"
I don't intend to have it that way.
That's good. After all, I don't want to taint myself with an Uchiha. All of you are so so full of hatred, so full of anger, so absolutely worthless compared to every other clan that I have ever seen. And then he looks at you, Silas. He goes, "And you, the giant to become a ninja, the one who became the biggest fool of them all. How easy it was to just give you the giant with the broken heart, the giant who just wanted to prove himself. How easy it was to give you exactly what I needed to make sure you pushed your team here. Thank you, Silas, for everything that you've done."
Fall to my knees.
You're gonna pay for
No.
this, Owari.
Owari looks at you and he says, "Oh, you don't even know what's about to happen." He begins
You
to
know-
walk away, just laughing.
I'm gonna shout, "You're not fooling anyone, Owari. You're not fooling anyone."
So at this point, you kind of hear he turns around. Once
Uh-huh.
again goes back and he looks, and this time he leans into the bars and he says, "What do you mean?"
Let's just sit there and smile at him.
So you see, kind of his hand charges, and then he reaches forward and, like a lightning hand, kind of grabs you and rips you to the cell, to the bars.
I'm gonna continue smiling.
And he looks at you and he says, "I'm going to give you this one chance to tell me exactly what you're talking about before I cut off your arm."
Don't smile.
Don't
Oh,
tempt him.
yes.
Don't
So
tempt him,
you're going to
son.
hold out your arm?
Oh,
No, I'm not gonna hold out my arms. I was really like, I was like, wait, no, that's a bad idea.
So he looks at you and says, "So, you don't think I'm fooling anyone? What do you mean by that?"
You better pull out
I
that sweet
trust-
bluff skill.
I trust you, Owari. Trust you more than you ever trusted me.
He kind of smiles and he says, "So what? You don't think I'll do anything? Nothing bad at all?"
No, I'm pretty sure you'll do something bad.
So he kind of sets you down and puts his hand on your neck. And you feel a very painful jolt of electricity enter your body. Much higher than he's done against you previously. Kozakai, are you still there? Your camera went black.
No, I'm still here. It's just my camera's on black. I'm trying to fix
Okay.
it. So keep going.
It just sends a very painful jolt of electricity in you to a point where you are... Yeah, roll a fortitude save.
I can't roll anything. It's frozen for me.
You fail your fortitude save and you fall to the ground.
It started working. It started working. It started working.
All right, roll your fortitude save.
You're not gonna pass.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I roll that
good
nat
roll.
20. That nat 20.
Unfortunately, you don't pass.
How,
And so you
what
fall to
did
the ground.
I
Just a 20. Had you gotten the 15, you would have passed.
need?
And Owari then just begins to walk away once again.
Be like the guy off of Star Wars. Traitor! No, I didn't say that.
So a full day goes by, and none of you are feeling any stronger. In the cell, you see absolutely zero weak points. There is nothing that's like an opening. Even the toilet itself has only one very narrow pipe that is made of a very strong metal going into the wall. And the bars themselves seem to be very strong, at least strong enough that you wouldn't be able to break them in your current state. So the day continues to go by, and you all start to, stomachs growling, blah, blah, blah. And then you hear more footsteps come by. But this time, it's not Owari. This time, Orochimaru walks by,
Have mercy on me.
and he has a tray in his arm,
Have mercy on me.
and he kind of sets it down, and he starts passing bowls and cups through the bars, through the narrow openings that there are. And then he kind of stands back up, and he looks at you, and he smiles. He says, "Quite interesting what Owari is doing, isn't it? Would you like to hear why this is happening to you?"
Yeah, no. I'm pretty
I'm
good.
gonna remain silent.
Well, you see, this all started a very long time ago, before any of you were even alive. You are all aware that Owari's village was attacked by the waterfall when he was a boy, right?
No.
No.
Well, now you're aware, young girl. Do you know that there's a little bit more behind the attack? Do you know that the Ambu of the Leaf were the ones who gave that order?
Yes. No.
So at this point, he's getting a little annoyed at the nun-ing. And he kind of looks at you and he says, would you like to have a little test done to you, boy?
I'm not good at any math tests.
So he just kind of leans in and he says, well, I promise you, if you say one more thing right now, you're going to take this test.
Have mercy on myself.
It kind of leans back.
Hold on. This is not in game. I really wanted to say just like, okay, just to test him so bad. I really
don't
want
wanna
to. I want to.
So he continues his story. He says, the old leader of the Foundation, Danzo, he made a request under the third Hokage to take out the threatening Baransu village, and the third Hokage consented. You see, Owari and his mother and father were the only ones who escaped the village's destruction. Yelling?
Ninja Lord test to see if I know who Danzo is.
Okay, you are aware. Your knowledge of the leaf as it is, you are aware of who that is.
I'm just gonna make the assumption with that roll I know who this is too.
Oh yeah, you've never fucking introduced. I keep forgetting that you've been so not involved in all of this. And all the stuff that happened in the fucking first campaign. GG. Yeah, you're fully aware that this is Orochimaru. He's, wanted in every nation. And so he says, but you see, Owari's family managed to escape in a final attack that Danzo did when he and the Anbu caught up with the on-the-run family. He managed to succeed in his attack, but the family teleported away. Little did I know, or little did anyone know at that point, that the parents had been killed, but Owari had been spared. His family teleported him to this clan's secret meeting place. And there he was, alone, with the corpses of his parents. And this flickers memory to you, Kozakai and Shiro, of that one vision they saw.
I really want to just put this genjutsu onto him so he can see exactly the image. I just want to, but I'm not going to.
Are you going to?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
And he just kind of smiles and goes, in their last moments, they saved Owari's life. And Owari began to hate the leaf and the waterfall together. So he trained, alone, to become stronger and stronger to where he could get his revenge. At the time he felt it was appropriate, the Fourth Great Shinobi War was happening. He wanted to use this chaos to his advantage and to assassinate the Hokage. He snuck his way onto the battlefield when he saw a great tree emerge. I'm sure you have all heard about it from someone. And you all are familiar with this tale of the Fourth Great Ninja War and how the great tree appeared and captured almost everyone in the world in the infinite Tsukiyomi, the dream world where you saw whatever you wanted.
Not my village.
Yes, they did. Lack of spirit die. And you see, Owari saw the tree. He saw the fights, watching from afar. Madara, Gai, Obito, Kaguya, Naruto, and Sasuke. And he knew how outmatched he was. A boy of 10. And then, the infinite Tsukiyomi. He was taken under the tree, like everyone else. Where then he saw his family and his clan, and he was happy again. But all of that was a vision. And when it was ripped away when Kaguya was defeated, Owari broke even more. He heard another battle take place, and when he arrived, he saw two men, missing an arm and unconscious. And he knew that they were Leaf Shinobi. But he decided to sneak his way into the village, so that way he could be as strong as these two, and learn the secrets of the leaf. And I'll be back tomorrow for the rest. And he walks away.
Man, what a boring story. I already knew all that.
Yeah, all that.
All of
I
that.
don't want to be here tomorrow.
All that.
All that.
So we try and break out of here.
What's the point?
You gonna try anything?
I gotta check
Sorry to
for
cut you off.
poison detect.
What's the point? We still got a responsibility to stop this. Mission's not over.
What's the point?
You
I
know,
can't give you one.
you know, Owari's just playing this fool for a fool, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
He seemed pretty sincere.
If he wasn't sincere, then the Orochimaru would definitely know. But okay.
Orochimaru would know anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Orochimaru's been fooled a few times. Wait, no, that's
I mean,
metagaming. I don't know
look at-
that.
Look at us. Look at us. We're nothing.
I mean, you're making yourself out to be nothing, but okay, sure. Or Silas. Okay, Silas. Whatever you say, bro.
If y'all
Just-
want to leave, then leave. I'm not going anywhere.
All
There's no
right,
point.
wallow in your hole over there. Bet you Higeki would try to break out. Guess you're not as strong as she was.
I get real angry, but it probably still weak, so it probably doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you're still feeling weak.
Shiro,
else
do
someone
you
wants to
know
say
any
right now?
wind
Oh.
techniques?
I know a single win technique.
You don't know one.
I know a single win technique. That's all I got.
Could you use it without tools?
Yeah.
Okay. Silas, I need all three of us to fireball these bars. Well, me and you will fireball the bars. Shiro will use his wind technique. Hopefully we can melt these bars.
I think we're too weak, aren't we, GM?
I mean, you can always try. See if you can muster up the chakra for it.
You're gonna really bust your fucking guts, and I'm gonna have to carry all of you. But go for it.
Fine.
I'm gonna
Ro-
back up.
And
here.
Orochimaru's
Let me-
not staying there
Yeah,
anymore?
yeah. I just realized that. Let me remove him.
Nice guy. All right.
Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Enhance.
And you all are able to manage to cast up the technique, causing a huge fiery explosion to happen. And you see, it definitely seems to weaken the bars, but they are still holding.
How exhausted are we now?
You're now very exhausted. You're all panting. That pretty much felt like it was all of your chakra alone.
It's too bad we don't have someone that knows water here. Maybe it would fast cool the bars and make them even weaker, and we could just break out of here.
Can I do a spot check for the food?
Sure.
That they burnt up, probably.
No, food's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna go over here and grab some of the food.
Okay, well, the bars definitely seem to be weaker now. Let's
What do
regain
I-
our strength and try again later.
What do I need to do for a poison check?
Do you have the ability to detect poison?
No.
I've grabbed
Do you have
I grab a bowl and I drink it.
Same.
and you just continue on? You don't feel worse. You don't feel better. I mean, you feel more full, so you kind of feel a little bit better.
I guess I'll drink. Or eat the
Alright.
soup or whatever.
And so some time passes. You can kind of tell roughly another day's gone by. And Orochimaru returns.
I just want to throw out there, did not eat that food.
Okay, so everyone ate it but you.
I'm not bringing the food to eat.
So Orochimaru returns with another tray of food, and he passes it all through the bars, recognizing that one of you hasn't eaten them. Unless someone else has ate it for him.
I ate it.
Anyone else want to eat his... Okay. He goes, now then, are you ready to find out exactly how I met your sensei?
No, but I'm sure you're going to tell us and regale us with your excellent wordsmithery.
You're right. You see, Do you remember when your sensei was given the mission to find me?
Nope.
Yes.
Well, he did. Opposed to what he told your village, he found me. He came at me and he delivered his message. But I recognized in the scroll that he was given was a secret message from a very, very old encryption of the Anbu, intended for me. It was simple. I would be given amnesty from the Leaf Village, and all of my crimes would be forgiven, and all I would have to do was kill Owari. But you see, when he found me, I was in his clan's secret meeting place. And I learned exactly what your sensei is truly capable of. So I wanted to see him alive. And instead, we formed a plan. The plan as to why I'm here. Yes, little girl?
Oh, this is more a question to the GM, not
Oh,
to
yes?
you. Is he aware I'm an Uchiha?
No. You have not shown him your Sharingan. He is not fully aware.
Thank God.
Fight
I would instantly become the new curse mark target.
I want to be very careful. Put that in mind. So he continues on. He says, so that is why you're all here. Why everything's happening. Because we together are going to destroy the Waterfall Village.
Not a bad idea. One less threat in the world.
They definitely seem like less than pleasant people.
Oh, you're right, they are. But I'm sure Naruto doesn't see it that way. You see, all of this, everything that's happened to you all, Owari could have helped you. Tell me, and he looks at you, Silas, do you remember your little girlfriend who died? Well, you remember how Owari and Coyote were on that tree, dying?
Yeah, because they fought each other?
Owari. He wasn't truly injured. He could defeat Coyote in his sleep if he wanted to. He was faking it. He could have helped you all, saved your girl, that little brat, the puppet master trainee. You let your friends die, all for this, all for revenge. But you'll survive. Tomorrow you'll be let go after the village has been destroyed. You can depend on that.
Did you just say you let Kono die?
Yes, he did.
Thank God for that.
Not like
So
he really
that's
helped
the
out
end.
that much anyway.
Not like he's helping out now.
So Orochimaru at that point just kind of keeps chuckling to himself and walks off.
You're gonna pay for this. You're gonna pay for this, Orochimaru. I can't because of this. Yeah, you're gonna pay for this, Orochimaru. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll stop you. I'll stop it.
So, anyone else gonna say anything else? Anything else?
I turn around quickly and shove my arm through the bar and grab his shirt and pull him to the bar.
Before he leaves,
Yeah.
you try to. Oh, so he's actually gonna let you. He lets you grab him, and he's just kind of looking at you. He goes, "Yes."
I will end you.
People far stronger than you have tried, and I'm still here. I'm immortal, and you will never kill me.
Can I do a knowledge ninja lord check to make sure I know that he's doing it from fucking, what's it called? Curse marks.
I mean, the knowledge of Orochimaru has been pretty shared. You're aware of it.
Yeah, just thanks to those curse mark brats of yours.
He just kind of smiles and he says, "Oh, I've been working with far more than that."
I'm gonna burn you alive.
So at this point, he just kind of smiles and he keeps looking and he says, "Now then, you're going to let go of my shirt before you rip it, or I'm going to deliver you to that cute little girl."
We'll see you soon. I let him go.
He smiles and he says, "Sooner than you think, I imagine."
Yeah, see you in 24 hours.
Shut up.
So some time passes again, and you can tell it's kind of the next morning, and you all are awoken to a huge tremor throughout the cell.
Looks like the fighting started. We move on, yeah.
Well, let's see if we can hopefully get these bars down now.
As Lane is saying that, I'm at this other end and I shove myself off this wall and head like shoulder first straight into the bars.
So before that, even before you do that, you all kind of realize you gotta feel normal. You don't feel weakened anymore. Sure, you're kind of hungry since you haven't been eating, but beyond that, y'all feel kind of rejuvenated.
In fact, I feel really good because I even ate Shiro's food.
Hmm.
He's looking for effort.
Okay, everyone. Let me check.
Dude,
I'm gonna activate my Sharingan and check all of our chakra to make sure it's not being weird or wavy or anything.
Everything seems completely normal, like you're good as new.
Okay. deal.
douche. Right through the
And
bars.
Silas then slams his way through the bars, succeeds. Don't even have your old strength check.
Let's get out of here.
I want you to know I have a specific note in my notes here that says Silas can break the bars.
GG.
We knew it was coming.
Now let's find our gear and get the. We gotta stop Orochimaru and Owari.
Sorry, too late.
We need to get back to the village and warn Naruto. There's nothing we can do about saving this place.
I can't just leave knowing it's gonna be destroyed.
This isn't our mission to protect these people.
It's too late, Shiro.
You guys can go on ahead. I'll do what I can here.
So on a quick observation, you see that at the end of the hallway, there seems to be a chest with all your stuff in it.
Ring.
Silas,
Yeah, I'll
can
give it
you
all back.
carry Shiro?
Of course I can.
You're gonna have to get me first.
Grapple check.
You gonna dash out, Shiro?
Yep, I'm using instant action to
So-
shoot it. Dodge that.
So he immediately flickers out of the way, and you all start to chase him, I imagine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother. If he wants to be a fool, he can be a fool.
Well,
Also,
he's running to the exit as well, so your options are stay here or go to the exit.
I mean,
I'm running to the exit behind him.
I'm running full force. I'm like literally on Shiro's tail.
I'll
Lane?
pick up the Fubuki and then go.
Okay.
And,
So as soon as you
animal
kind of... So you all emerge, and you emerge as to what you could tell was Shibuki's room, where you were walked down that stairwell. But everything, like Shiro, you kind of like stop immediately as you're the first one out, and you see that something big has happened. And you all kind of follow up behind and kind of see the same thing. And you see that the huge tree that the village had initially had. I'm just gonna cut back to the original image here. The huge tree that village initially had, it is on fire. Bark and branches have been ripped apart. It is completely destroyed, with only part of it still going up.
Man, it sure would be great to have a water jutsu user.
Who can save us?
The mansion that you're in, the reason that you can see up and see the tree is because that mansion roof is gone. The mansion has been completely destroyed. With the exception of, the cell that you were in, pretty much, as far as you can see.
We have to get out of here.
And you're looking around, and you can see that most of the village seems to have been destroyed. As well as part of the huge cliff face that the waterfall you went in under, a huge section of that rock has been burst open.
So we can go through that without swimming? We'll
Right.
swim to it.
Yeah,
Silence,
if you want to,
if
yeah,
I
that's an option.
may. Let's go to the Ninja Tool shop, see what's left there. get more supplies.
I don't think there's gonna be anything there. It looks like it's on fire.
All right, let's go, Rady. Rady!
And so, immediately then looking around, you also see that across the bridge there is still one fight taking place. And you all can see three people who you all recognize. Owari, Fu, and Cho'Etsu.
Oh gosh. I don't want to be here.
Cho'Etsu.
Oh, but Shiro, you wanted to save the day.
All right, I'm running straight to that bridge.
To the bridge with the fighting.
That's the only
That
way out,
didn't
right?
sound like you were saying that, because that sounds like you're already running, right?
Yeah, I'm already running. I'm sprinting at the bridge. I didn't tell nobody. I'm just running. I saw it and I kept going.
I'm just heading to the train station.
I'm
Well,
following
that's across the bridge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that the only way out? Or
Well,
was the
that's
only
where we're
place-
going, I guess.
That's where we're going.
So
It's
yeah, I'll
scripted
run
anyway,
across
we
the
might as well-
bridge.
We might as well. Yeah, I scripted it.
Yeah. One way or another, I'm gonna force you here.
No, I jump into the water, start swimming.
And y'all see this. Now at which point you see that Fu and Owari are both panting, seeming to be very exhausted. And Cho'Etsu he looks at you all, seeing that you're all running across the bridge, and he says, "Ah, you've arrived just in time. You've seen your teacher become just like me.
Just like you, how?
Someone who destroyed another village full of innocent people, all for revenge."
I've seen many villages destroyed, all for revenge.
Hush.
So Cho'Etsu kind of turns to you and he says, "Do you really want to do this right now?"
It's 4 in the morning.
No, I'm
Hush.
being sick. I'm being
It's
serious.
4 in the fucking morning. Hush.
I don't care if you're being serious. That's still like he sounds like, "I've seen tons of villages be destroyed." And he just kind of looks at you, as like, "Really, really?"
I mean, yeah, really. Seen 3 villages be destroyed.
So at which point, Owari kind of yells back at what Cho'Etsu was saying, completely ignoring you, Kozuke. He goes, "Well, there's one key difference between us. I did this for more than just revenge. The Waterfall was planning an attack. I did this to protect my home." At which point, Cho'Etsu just kind of chuckles and laughs. "Call it whatever you want. You're just like me. And I'll show you how alone you are." At which point, you all see Cho'Etsu flies himself directly, grabbing Fu with both hands by the neck. Said, "I'll rip the tailed beast from your girlfriends." At which point, Owari cuts off both of Cho'Etsu's arms, kind of landing right in front of you, Shiro.
Like facing this guy.
Like facing you as he like pretty much turned, slashed through, and just continued
Click on it.
to finish his way. Can't click.
I was trying to do like the ping, but it didn't come here.
You might have to click the right. Are you on the right tool?
Trying to switch out of it. No, it's not working for me. Alright, never mind. Didn't work.
GG.
Don't worry about it.
Get fucked. All right. So, at which point you see Cho'Etsu he kind of chuckles to himself, seeing that his arms have been separated. He goes, "Don't you remember what I have? The Izanagi. Let's rewind and go again, shall we?"
Yes.
But nothing happens. You see, he kind of looks, "What? No. My arms. Why, it's not working. I don't understand. He's kind of looking around frantically. Fu grabs the arms that are on her neck, and she rips them off, and you see they both ignite onto flames and turn into ash. At which point you see Cho'Etsu seems to be a little bit panicky here. He goes, No, I don't understand what's happening. I don't. And he begins to hyperventilate. Yes, and then he looks at Owari, who he sees readying, who's whipped around, is now readying another attack. At which point you see Cho'Etsu flies and shoots off into the sky. And Owari then takes a dash away and looks at the team. He just looks at you all very annoyed.
We'll be going on ahead.
Hashtag muted, Kozukai.
Should have expected us to get out a lot sooner.
Now, which one, Owari? He just kind of looks at you and he just ignores what you said, Kozukai. What'd you say, Shiro? Shiro?
I said, so I guess we'll be moving on ahead here.
And Owari, he kind of takes a step back to gesture that you all can walk by.
I don't look at him.
So you all just kind of continue to walk by.
I believe our mission was to get a scroll.
Owari, he
that
kind of looks
scroll.
at you. Owari, he looks at you and he kind of says, well, it looks like someone can remember mission objective. No, I don't have the scroll.
Fair enough. And then I walk on by.
I'm gonna move you two like right there, so you're still kind of walking there.
Go get it. You'll answer
won't
for
be
your
alive.
friends, don't worry. I'll make sure of it.
Owari just ignores you. Looks at Kozukai as he walks by.
He kicks your dog.
People like kicking Shiro's dog. Jesus.
It's not
I
even
was
that
gonna-
dog. That's the worst part.
I'm just gonna smile at Owari and say, still have faith in you, Owari. Still have faith.
So as you're walking by and you say that and you keep walking by and Fubuki's also going by, you see Owari, he kind of looks at Fubuki and he draws his sword.
You skill. You read that script.
And then he stabs Fubuki. No. You see he turns to Fu. So I'm going to say you all kind of see this. You're all walking by when this happens. So you see you kind of like say those things and he just kind of ignores you and then you're kind of like even level with him. You see he draws his sword. He turns to Fu. You see he kind of like puts his hand on her cheek. The two kiss one more time and she says, "Thank you, Owari." And then he stabs her in the heart.
You're a cold son bitch.
What a sweet guy, dude. He released her from her prison. Nice. 10 out of 10 for those romanticness of Owari, dude.
GG. I shed a tear as I walk away.
I'm a thumbs up Owari. Just gonna keep walking. A little bit faster pace though.
I never look back. He's burned his bridge with me. The only father figure I ever had.
GG.
All right, so y'all continue on walking, just leaving Owari.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Probably
try to
running at this
stop
point.
Owari.
It's pretty clear we're all outclassed.
So then at that point, you all continue walking away. And you arrive at the train station, which has been
There's no
destroyed.
train. Yeah.
It has been
so.
destroyed. Train tracks are gone. There's no train there.
I just start
It's like
walking where the train tracks used to be. I guess back towards where the village is.
I walk on the
running.
rails. I'm just balancing on the rail. Like,
He said there's no.
Oi.
He said there's no train tracks, son. You
Oi.
can- there's no
Well,
road there.
they've been like ripped apart, kind of a thing.
yeah.
I'm gonna do
Do a
that
balance
too.
check.
Let's start like running. Feel like time is of the essence, right?
No. We got time. We got 5 days,
time.
dude. We got 5 days to walk back. I'm not running for 5 days. That's my balance check for the rails.
Okay. I was going to have you roll that, but okay.
So 5 days go by.
So, you all slowly walk back home.
Not slowly, but normal pace, yeah.
Until eventually you're slow because you're depressed and of everything, the tragedy you've just gone through.
Everybody's depressed except for me and Lane.
Shut up.
Well, I had no real connection to this man, so to me, it's just another traitor that I eventually will have to take down.
GG.
Now, war is not against the village, though.
That's clear by what he said. He does certainly feel some sort of loyalty, but I highly doubt he's going to be classified as anything other than a rogue ninja.
There's no excuse for his actions. A village went down because of him.
A
He'll pay for his
village
actions.
planning an attack.
Well,
Granted, the attack probably was insinuated by Orochimaru, but still, an
You
attack.
guys are so you guys are all talking to each other, right? While you're walking down the train. I'm walking
Yeah,
ahead. I'm walking ahead about 10 steps ahead of you guys, not talking at all.
But if
You
this
won't take her anymore.
well, you think we should fall into our normal march order and start keeping watch in case we get ambushed by something? Since this village did just get attacked, and considering we're leaving it and we're not Waterfall Shinobi, it might be a bit suspicious.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That's true.
Let's
I think
be
we should give it
honest.
some space, though.
Let's be honest. We no longer have a master. Are we even in the team anymore?
Yeah, you're the team leader.
You're darn right. You better start acting like it. And that slap.
I'm about ready to make Lane the team leader.
I need Shiro to roll a fortitude save on his hand. He slapped me. I mean, I have a baseball hit me in the face every day. You know, a rock me in the face every day.
GG.
Broke his hand as it went across my face.
Well, as you know, Shiro punches a baseball every day.
Oh.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object?
GG.
The world ends.
That's a lot, bang.
I guess we just get there, right?
Yeah, anyone else want to do any more bickering? Just talk amongst yourselves while you're here to publicly say your thoughts.
No, I'm just gonna keep trying to outpace Silas.
GG.
Those short legs, I doubt it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's like la, 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 and there just sounds like step, 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 step.
I guess I'll be taking rear guard.
Aw, I went to be rear guard.
Then be rear guard.
Yeah, we know you do, Shiro.
Rip.
So, you all arrive at the village. Let me move you to the village.
Fun
You all
time.
arrive at the village. Kind of sad, but also, you know, maybe not all of you are sad.
Yeah, not all of us.
I'm not sad. I'm angry. Or is that
Sad,
true?
angry. You're all feeling a lot of emotions.
I'm not
I feel
feeling
decidedly indifferent.
exactly.
You're all feeling a variety of emotions and not emotions.
I make my way to the mansion.
Say,
I follow.
But we're all moving as a group.
Mhm. You all eventually get into the mansion, at which point you see Naruto is looking with a very kind of like heavy look to you. And he's also got some buddies. There's Sasuke with him, and Cho'Etsu.
Coyote.
We-
Hey, this saves us the meeting you later.
We failed our mission.
He looks at you and he says, "We're fully aware of that. We've heard of as to what's happened. What took you so long to get back here?"
Mr. Groggy over here, or Mr. Depressed and Mr. Angry were taking their time.
Don't you put this on?
The train tracks are gone. We had to walk.
Naruto just kind of sighs and he goes, "So, tell me what happened."
So we
And you all explain.
So we tell them what happened. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all explain what happened. At which point Naruto just kind of is very with a heavy look. At which point Coyote he kind of seems to smile a little bit and laugh and he goes, "I told you this would happen, Naruto. You should have listened to me. Owari is now a rogue ninja. You all," he looks at you specifically, Sashiro and Kozukai, not Lane. "So Owari is no longer your sensei. You find anything out about him, you come to me about it. We will hunt him down and kill him for the traitor he is."
Nobody didn't betray us.
And Kote, he kind of steps up to you, looking down at you, Kozukai, with a very angry look, and he says, "That is not for you to determine."
Understood.
I feel betrayed. I feel very betrayed.
I mean,
So Naruto kind of speaks up to this, and he goes, "I think we all do."
In fact, I've never felt more let down in my life.
Then the mission was a success on Connor's part.
So,
Can we
are we
be?
gonna
be
ignore
dismissed?
that we have those scrolls right now? We can just summon a warrior, like.
Well, I mean, they don't necessarily just. I guess Owari has to choose to go to us, right?
Nope,
Maybe, maybe not.
nope, he doesn't. Just
If we have
summon
those
his ass.
scrolls, use them right now. Summon his ass.
I don't want to summon his ass.
Not right now. Let's get into a controlled area with
I'm not-
Naruto, Sasuke, Coyote, and other very strong ninja.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna hold on to my scroll.
Sure. Can I have your
Jesus.
scroll, please?
No.
Don't
But-
tell me
but
no!
Coyote.
Alright, Naruto, Coyote,
but-
these guys have
Can I
scrolls
say
that
something? Can I
summon
talk?
Owari.
Can I talk?
This guy's crazy. You guys know him.
No, but Coyote. What do you think we should do? I have the scroll to summon him. How do you want to approach this?
So Sasuke, Naruto, and Cho'Etsu all kind of like look at each other. At which point Cho'Etsu then speaks up. He says, "We have a very special cell. I think if we summon him there, I think we can keep him."
You cut out.
I cut out.
Yeah, you
At
cut
least
off
for
what you
me.
heard.
Just that last part. That last word.
Yeah.
So I think we can keep him.
Okay, it wasn't that important.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm handing the scroll then.
Can we
All
go
right.
with you?
Kote says, "Yes, all of you will come with me." And you all follow him. He leads you into the Anbu headquarters. You all take the elevator down into a different area that you've all never seen before. I don't have a map laid out for this because I wasn't. I honestly forgot about this being an option until you brought that back up again. Believe it or not, I had the expectation this might come up. I just didn't think about it when I set this up right now. So you are all in a very secluded room. You are all pretty much looking over in a very thick glass container that you can see. So like there's glass over it, and beyond that, you're pretty much looking down into what is essentially a giant bowl that is completely sealed off.
Magneto.
Kinda, yeah. At which point,
Water, he'll be a fish.
Can't see it.
so at which point, Kote, he asks for your scroll, Shiro.
Okay.
He goes,
I handed it to him.
you see, he takes it. You see, he pretty much does he presses a couple of buttons on his computer. You see, one section of it opens up. At which point, Coyote, you see, he kind of he activates the scroll, channels his chakra, and he throws the scroll immediately into the room. Closes up behind him, and you see Owari, flummoxed, appears in the room. At which point, he kind of looks up as he's looking up at all of you, and he says, "I knew it was foolish giving you those."
Well, you're the fool here now, huh?
He looks at you and he smiles and he says, "Oh, I promise you, Shiro, this won't contain me."
Didn't expect it too fully, but we're prepared for that.
So at which point, Coyote, he pretty much just goes, "Well, thank you for that, Shiro. I will have a lot of fun figuring out exactly what he knows."
I feel like I may have regretted this decision now. I feel like I probably shouldn't have done this now. It's too late.
This has been done now. I wasn't sure if this would happen or not. I'm happy it did.
Can we
I'm
leave
regretting it now. I'm regretting that. It took me a second to realize it because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Probably was not a good idea.
So Coyote said, he kind of looks at you all. He says, "Yes, you're all free to go."
I stand back in the elevator.
I was just sit and watch the interrogation.
Coyote's not interrogating right now.
I was just sitting.
He's just
What?
looking cockily at Owari.
Alright, I was just sit and wait.
I'm gonna go back into the match.
Eventually, Coyote kicks you out.
Haha. bitch.
Yeah, I figured we were just gonna skip the time waiting and the whole deal. We're just gonna kick you out. And you all leave through the elevator. And that's technically done for campaign 3. Anyone else have anything else that they want to do finally before we finish up? Yeah, Lane?
Roll for summoning jutsu.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I forgot
Sure.
the morning.
As we're walking out
I
of the.
believe.
Bling, what was that jutsu?
Don't want to use anything?
Spirit die.
Yeah.
Second spirit die.
Yeah. Oh,
That was
Good lord.
almost cool.
it was working.
Good lord. Those shitty rolls, though.
Mhm.
Well, now I don't have spirit
So-
die.
So anyone
I
else
do
wanna
want to
do
do
anything?
one more thing.
Uh-huh.
I take my scroll out. I summon Owari. No.
Are you going to?
Kill Shiro!
That'd be,
Oh,
that would be
snap.
unexpected for me.
Dang, dude.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Another,
Do it.
Flip this
perhaps
camera
another
on its
time.
head.
Do it. No, you do it now. Oh, before the time skip. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah.
Perhaps another time.
Do it. Flip a coin. Do it. Flip a coin.
All right,
Lands on a
so
two.
shut up, Kozukai. So that is technically the end of campaign 3. Now, as we've been saying, there's going to be a bit of a time skip of roughly 3 years. Now, a little bit of a foreshadowing into exactly what's happening to everybody.
3
Oh, I just
years.
find out finally.
3 years.
3 years.
So Kozukai, so this is like, you know, a couple of weeks past kind of a thing. You all recover, and some of you take some time to try and get over everything that happened, blah, blah, blah.
I trained up my other
Kozukai-
skills.
We're gonna fucking cover that. Don't you worry. Just not right now. Shut the fuck up.
You're right.
So you are requested to the Hokage mansion, which point you arrive to see a man in a kind of a unique-looking outfit, kind of like, I'm not gonna explain it. And
Explain.
Naruto.
Don't explain.
it's just-
Good lord,
it's
it's 4:30.
It's just like a reddish robe.
Alright.
And the man has requested Kozukai to be his personal bodyguard. At which point Kozukai readily accepts.
Well, I mean, I can't not accept, because if I don't accept, I'm rogue. So,
You're actually not rogue. You could deny this, however, you know exactly what I talked about. You really want to deny this, otherwise nothing big's going to happen to you at all.
I'm not denying this anyway.
Okay, now shut the fuck up. Shiro, you have stood out, and you have been mentioned often around the village. Despite the fact that many of those things that are talked about are negative and people not liking you because you're a samurai, you have allowed word to reach the feudal lord of the land of fire. And he has been fascinated at the idea of a samurai ninja. And he has made a personal request for you to be a member of the Guardian Shinobi 12.
At age
Sweet.
12.
Yeah.
What?
You start young.
Recruited boys. Yeah.
I mean, when Shikamaru was tried to be recruited, he was 13.
We can just pretend like my birthday was yesterday.
At which point, Shiro graciously accepts.
Do
Pat on
you?
the
I
back,
can't see
no.
because of the glitter on my glasses, but I'm doing the Kozukai bullshit thing.
He's gonna do it for you.
Now then,
Focus
for
that.
Silas, the Land of Fire representative for the Shinobi Union Guard, Mirai, has rejoined the Land of Fire to take missions under the village again, and this has left an opening under the Shinobi Union Guard. After hearing about all that he has done around the village, taking down bulls, helping someone rebuild a destroyed dojo, proving to everyone around that he is a decent person, and also a very capable fighter, the Shinobi Union has decided to give Silas the opportunity to take Mirai's place and join the other shinobi as the Land of Fire's representative among them. Silas readily accepts. Lane, she has a visitor at her door one day. She opens it, and she sees Sasuke. Impressed by her progress at such a young age, he offers to train her and teach her what she's truly capable of as an Uchiha. And she has accepted to be his pupil.
Instead of his daughter.
So
This note here, unfortunately doesn't apply anymore, as you did do the Owari thing. Owari remains in jail, imprisoned, and no one has heard anything which way or another about it.
I'm a chicken 3 years. I'll be fine.
Cho'Etsu hasn't been seen or heard in ages, and after what happened in the waterfall, many assume he's been permanently crippled. We'll return in 3 years. Thanks for watching. This is the end of Campaign 3.
3 years real time?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 years real time.
Shit.
See you when I'm
End
20.
the episode there. You end the episode when I say shit.
And then after the silence is when I end the episode.